Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. We are coming to you live from the Oman Cricket Academy. Day 2, match number 7. It's the ACC Men's Premier Cup, Oman 2024. We've seen some close games, we've seen some wonderful cricket, and we're all set for this very good clash between Nepal, who got that first win. They were made to sweat, and Qatar put up a good show with the bat, but just a little indisciplined with the ball. So Nepal taking on Qatar in match 7. Very important outing for both the teams. Nepal can consolidate their position in the points table, and Qatar can even have a chance to register their first points. Well, just the right time to head down to the centre. My colleague Leonard was with both the captains for the toss.
Okay, match number 7, time for the toss, and I've got the key men alongside me in the middle. Captain of Nepal, Rohit Paudel, is joined by the captain of Qatar, Mr. Mohammed Tanvir, and our ACC match referee, Mr. Salman Shahid. Rohit, you got the coin? Please give it a toss. Heads is the call. It's a tail. Rohit, you won the toss. What are you going to do, please, and why?
We'll bat first. Looking at the wicket, I think this is the same wicket where the morning game was played. So yeah, I think it will slow down later in the second half. So yeah, that's why we want to bat first.
You probably want to bat a little better than yesterday, really. Your lower middle order got you out of trouble against Malaysia.
Yeah, absolutely. I think whatever we made the mistakes, we want to correct it. Especially the middle overs from 7 to 10. I think there we can improve. And as a opening pair, I think just one or two boundaries where we can extra hit. So I think as a batting unit, we want to correct those mistakes.
Plenty of enthusiasm from your boys in the background. Just finally, any changes to your starting 11 today?
Yeah, there's one change. In place of Karandai, we are playing Vivek Yadav.
Okay, best of luck today. That's Rohit Paudel winning the toss, choosing to have a bat. Mohammed, you come to me. What would you have done if you'd won the toss?
Yeah, I also bowling first, but because the our bowler is take advantage to new ball, so that's why.
Okay, it might be a good toss to lose. Tough day yesterday, but plenty of positives. 26 runs, the margin of defeat to Hong Kong. Can you turn it around today and beat Nepal?
Yeah, inshallah we beat Nepal because we have 2 over bad that day. So I will try to best today, inshallah.
Okay, final question. Do you have some changes to your starting 11 from yesterday's game?
We have 2 changes. Irshad and Rifai is inside, and Gyan and Shazib out.
Okay, very best of luck. So that's the news from down here in the middle. Nepal, they've won the toss, and they're going to have a bat first.
Nepal batting first in conditions that are conducive to batting. The pitches are nice and flat, and Rohit Paudel believes that it may get a little slower as the day progresses. Teams, well, one change for Nepal. Vivek Kumar Yadav comes in for Karan Casey. Otherwise, it's the same 11 that played yesterday. Rohit, Kushal, Sandeep, Gulshan, what a star he is. Abhinash Bora came good with the ball. Dipendra Airee, player of the match in the first game. Lalit was tidy with his left arm spin. Kushal Malla attacking with the bat. Asif Sheikh tidy behind the stumps, and Vivek Kumar Yadav, he'll come in handy with his all-round effort. Qatar, Mohammad Tanvir, the captain. Himanshu Rathar, the off-spinner. Then you have Mustafa Shah, Kamran Khan, Mirza Adnan Ali, the batter. Top order batting. Ahmed Farooq, Sakleen Arshad. Mohammad Anaf, another fine batter. Mohammad Ikramullah. And Rifai. And Mohammad Irshad. So Nepal winning the toss and electing to bat first. Just the right time to introduce my co-commentator sitting alongside me, Amin Wagle. Amin, good toss to win, you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's certainly a deck and certainly a pitch that Nepal would really enjoy batting on, as and when you've noticed the teams coming in all the way from yesterday, the first round of matches, and then today playing their second matches. Nepal will certainly be in some sort of momentum going forward here. Will be backing their batters to get a few runs on board, post up a good total, get their net run rate high, and possibly put some pressure on the Qatari batting lineup and ask them to chase a mighty total, and set them a good target. It's always a good decision. Whenever unsure, always get into bat, ask your batters to put up a show for the spectators.
Now that's the Qatar team. They need to regroup. They need to get into their huddle. That's because yesterday in the field, they were guilty of leaking way too many runs. They conceded too many runs against Hong Kong, 201. And it's their bowlers that went for a little bit of a hammering. Gayan Munawira gave away 42 in 3 overs. And Captain Mohammad Tanvir as well, 22 in his one. And that's where they'll need to just keep things tight. Yesterday as well, we saw as the game progressed, there was a little bit of wind, breezy, so there was some movement, and that's where the Qatar bowlers need to capitalize.
You're probably going to notice that in a moment or two here, because Amir Farooq will be entrusted most often than not for the Qatari side with the new ball, and he's an exciting left-arm pacer to watch out for, and so would Ikramullah, who would be sharing the new ball with him. On the other hand, of course, it's going to be the likes of Asif, who will be opening the batting for Nepal, and what an excellent striker of the ball he is. The Nepal batters would be always looking to clear the infield. They know their T20 cricket right at the back of their hands. Kushal Burtal, one match, of course, in this Premier Cup, just that first match yesterday, 24 runs, and he's gotten it at nearly a run a ball. That's something he would want to improve on.
Oh yes, he's a very attacking batter. On one side you have caution and Asif Sheikh. On the other side you have aggression with Kushal Burtel. Got 32 runs at a strike rate of 91. Was a little sedate in his start, but they were chasing a low scoring total, so the hurry was always not going to be there. But yes, as Captain Rohit Paudel said, it's the batting that needs to show up. They want to give a good account of themselves, and they need to be very careful between the 7 to 10 overs. Amir Farooq, he'll don the new ball responsibility. Moving conditions, left arm pacer. Great mouth-watering contest on cards. And to all our viewers in Nepal, well, Nava Varsha Shubhkamnae, a very happy new year.
Well, you've learned your Nepali well. And of course, it's going to be Amir Farooq under the watchful eyes of the umpires. He will say, let's play. And Amir Farooq will come steaming in from the combox end to the right-hander.
And immediately gets that ball to come in. And a quick single as well. Good all-round cricket. That one came in very sharply. And Burtel did well to just get rid of it.
This certainly seems like an action replay of yesterday's game where Amir Farooq was provided the opportunity once again with that new ball. Have a look at that sharp swinging delivery into the block hole, into the right-hander. It's always very difficult to negotiate. They'll have to adapt and they'll have to be wary of what Amir Farooq has to offer. Mohammad Asif now on strike. They managed to get off the mark 1 for 0 at the moment. Nepal on the very first delivery of this game.
2 fielders in the deep, a third and fine leg, rest all inside the circle. Nicely bowled and watchfully defended. Another quick single, this could be close. But what running, great calling, great coordination. Nepal are playing smart, sensible and brisk cricket.
Yes, of course, living dangerously though. And this is something that you get with two openers who have played so much cricket together and so much practice together. They've got an excellent understanding between them. A yes is a yes and a no is a no. The calling has to be sure in order to score runs in such a manner. And keeping the scoreboard ticking is always the best option. Yes, of course, Amir Farooq at the moment is breathing fire, and he's such a crafty bowler, swinging the ball into the right-handers.
Here again, soft hands, touch and go. Nepal batters are always on the lookout for runs. But this is a good start by Amir as well, Amin.
Yeah, absolutely. From what I saw of him yesterday, he was bowling with genuine pace. He was trying to get a little bit of purchase off the deck as well. The ball was climbing on to the bat nicely, hitting the bat hard. And of course, that swing is never going to be easy for any opening batter. It's probably the worst enemy for any opening batter. You would never want to, face such kind of swing, such kind of pace first up.
Driven, exquisite, superb timing on that. First boundary for Burtel and Nepal. And that's a very fine hit through extra cover.
Yeah, he'll certainly have to adapt quickly, Amir Farooq, because he's generating that in-swinging delivery so beautifully. Anything outside the off stump, and that should be punished. Look at that picturesque shot. Great balance by Kushal Burtel, and he guides that ball towards the cover boundary. So 4 runs here, first boundary for Nepal, and they're off now.
Some intent shown by the Nepali openers. Just sense that they are already on the highway mode. Much better. Just dragging that length a little back, a little straighter.
Now this is something where the Qataris will want to just implement their strategies and their tactics that have been working so hard on. Now Nepal is a well-experienced side, yes, an associate nation, but one of the biggest of the associate nations. Even though they're playing in Oman, it does seem like they're playing in home conditions. Plenty of crowd out there on the stands as well, cheering. On the other hand, of course, we've got some other matches going on as well. Oval number 2, you've got Saudi taking on Malaysia.
Digs it well. This is a good start by Qatar. But for that boundary, they've looked good. Come in with some intent and aggression as well. 6 of the first over. One change there for Nepal. Bibek Kumar Yadav coming in for Karan Casey. Qatar, well, Mohammad Tanveer will be hoping his boys forget what happened last evening and come back even stronger. They look good with the bat. It's just that they conceded way too many runs with the ball. And that's something they'll want to quickly rectify today against Nepal. And Nepal, on the other hand, with their batting, looked a little shoddy yesterday. And they'll want to change that. So it's going to be a good contest between bat and ball. Mohammad Ikramullah will bowl the second. He'll come from the administrative end.
Yeah, Mohammad Ikramullah, left arm medium pace, gentle medium pace. Just tries to take the under edge of that bat. And this is something that Mohammad Asif and Paudel will be wary, because Mohammad Ikramullah is not a speedster. He just has that nagging pace, trying and beating the right-handed batter off the deck. Generates the pace off the deck. The keeper standing far behind the stumps. What I would really want Mohammad Ikramullah to do is ask the keeper to stand up to the stumps so that the batter has a thing or two to think about.
Down the leg side, that'll be signal wide. This is where Qatar need to tighten things. You can't let Nepal off the hook. That's because if they just get going, they'll look unstoppable.
Yeah, absolutely. Missing his mark on this time around. And from what I've seen of Mohammad Ikramullah yesterday is that he has the ability to swing the ball both ways. He takes the ball away from the right-hander and brings it back into the right-hander as well. This could possibly be a cause of concern here. Just a tap and run here. Mohammad Asif likes to keep the scoreboard ticking. He'll love to just keep the momentum going on and get a few runs on board before he starts playing those big shots.
Yes, I like the approach of the Nepali openers. They're relying a lot on the single strike rotation, not allowing the fielders and bowlers to settle. And the best way to apply pressure is to keep the scoreboard ticking. Age-old mantra. Goes aerial, goes over the infield. That's a very fine hit. 4 from Paudel. He's turning it on in the middle.
Yes, of course, luck favours the brave, and of course he was always looking to clear that infield. Kushal Paudel getting a hang of what Mohammad Ikramullah has on offer in the slot, opens the face of the bat, gets that outside edge, and the rest was done by that perfect placement and field placement sense that Kushal Paudel has. He knew that it was a safe shot for the taking. So boundary now, and Ikramullah under the bump.
Another quick single. Very smart cricket. They've just not allowed anyone to settle in the field. You build brick by brick, they say. I mean,
absolutely. A boundary and then a single. And Mohammad Ikramullah as well as the Qatari fielders will have another batter to think about. And it's going to be the batter who was standing at the non-strikers end. So it should be a change around in tactics. They have to re-strategize. And at the same time, they have to come back from that boundary that was conceded a couple of balls ago. So this is good cricket here from Nepal.
Flicked away. Oh, and it's been put down. This can prove costly. Elementary stuff. Qatar may just about want to forget this ASAP.
It's going to be a long day for that fielder behind the stumps. And with the sun blaring down on him, he's just going to end up red-faced. An easy sitter put down by the fielder from Qatar. So he's going to live to see another delivery some more time here. Nepal, Mohammad Asif once again goes big towards the onside, only to be cut off for a single. So sedate end to the over, although a boundary did come off this Ikramullah over. Nepal at the end of 2 are 14 for no loss.
Amir to continue. Makes room for himself, but that was way outside off. Somehow Qatar can't let the situation go out of hand. They need to forget the drop catch and get back to basics.
Yes, most certainly. What they need to do is they need to think about the positives that have happened in that first couple of overs. That good movement that both these bowlers are trying to generate off the deck. That pace that both the bowlers are trying to generate off the deck. And the pressure that both these two openers are under. And that is scoring some big runs. The last game was not so easy for them to get along with.
Firmly struck. Quick run. This could be close. A pick up and throw. But how fast is Mohammad Asif between the stumps? In fact, even Paudel, the calling, the running has been brilliant this afternoon by Nepal.
Yeah, it's still a very cautious start by both these two openers. And possibly the best way to get back in form is to run between the wickets nice and hard. Try and call for those risky runs and get a little bit of confidence going your way, as well as a little bit of luck. On this occasion, this was pretty safe. Mohammad Asif was way inside, reached his ground. Amir Farooq will have to adjust, will have to make his way into this innings.
Oh, that came in sharply. Almost dragged it on as well. Surprised Paudel with pace and the manner in which it came in. Very good delivery. Amir asking a few questions here.
Yes, that was probably the most impressive part of the first couple of overs, and that's probably Amir Farooq. How did that miss the stumps? Just whiskers away. Nearly played it back onto the stumps. Khushar Paudel, for the second time in this innings, has no answer to what Amir Farooq is asking him to do. Also, that sharp seam movement that Amir Farooq is producing just makes it even more difficult for him to negotiate for runs.
Drives it, but this time hits it straighter to the fielder. Irshad doing the fielding there. Good over here by Farooq. He's keeping things very tight.
In the power play, and when you've just gone for a couple of runs, that too one courtesy and extra, you'll always be under pressure. If Amir Farooq manages to negotiate the remaining 3 deliveries for minimal runs, the pressure is on these two openers, these Nepali openers, to utilize that batting power play.
Hey, so far, yes, as you mentioned, cautious start. Nepal would have liked to have had some more runs, but got to give it to the Qatari bowlers as well. They've bowled in the channels, in the right areas, particularly Amir Farooq. I've liked the way he's curved the ball into the right-handed batter. Would have been wonderful to bowl to a left-handed batter as well. Fuller this time into the pads. Driven, work to do for the fielder and mid-on, and very good effort as well. This is brilliantly done, and good running between the wickets. They steal 2 runs. Good all-round cricket. That was Mohammad Tanveer, the captain, doing the fielding and mid-on. Put it in desperate dive. But look at the running between the wickets.
Yeah, they've always been quick between the wickets. Just have a look at that. It was full, it was swinging into the right-hander. He does really well here. Kushal Burtel just negotiates that, and then what a dive there from Tanveer. Saved a certain for the captain of the Qatari side, leading from the front, setting up an example for his teammates that this is the kind of effort that's required of them as well. Try and put in a little bit extra than your 100%.
Short and wide. What a catch! What a brilliant catch! Airborne! He's pulled out a stunner, Kamran. That was travelling. But he got his jump at just the right time. Call him the flying machine. That's the big wicket. Burtel departs.
One for the cameras. He needs to possibly stop there and pose. And what a brilliant catch that is. Certainly making a statement and a half here. This Qatari fielding side. Look at that. Airborne manages to latch onto it. And it's the big wicket of Kushal Burtel, who has been looking aggressive since the word go in this innings. Kushal Burtel goes for 12 from his 11 deliveries. 2 boundaries were studded in this innings of his. Amir Farooq strikes first blood. Nepal 18 for 1 at 2.5. Just one more legal delivery to go as Rohit Paudel walks out to the centre, captain of the Nepali side, and he'll want to do a little bit of repair work here, damage control.
Oh yes, that wicket totally belonged to the fielder. Wasn't a great ball, short and wide. Everything good about the delivery. But the manner in which Kamran brought in that dive and that lunge certainly caught everyone. Kushal Burtel for sure by surprise. Rohit Paudel and Nepal have work to do now. They need a partnership.
We've already seen a couple of big catches in this tournament. We are just 2 days young in this tournament. Rohit Kumar Paudel, one match of course in this Premier Cup, ACC Men's Premier Cup, and he scored 28 runs at just a shade above runner ball. So he'll want to improve that as well. And what better day to do it when you have an early wicket falling against the Qataris.
Just fending his bat outside off. Amir Farooq has bowled a dramatic over, but a successful one for Qatar. They've got the wicket of Burtel. 3 gone. It's 18 for 1. All of a sudden, with overcast conditions, the ball is just about doing something. Asif Sheikh will have to be a little careful. Got a life early on. Burtel just departed. Sheer brilliance of Kamran at backward point. Look at that. We can see it all day. There it is. Firm hands. Perfect jump. And Burtel has to take the long walk back. Qatar celebrating.
Once again, good length, and this time he's taken the aerial route. The fielder settling underneath it, and he's going to pouch that comfortably. Enough is the fielder out there at long on, and Mohammad Asif will perish just for 4. And what a wicket this is, and what a comeback this is from the Qataris.
I just failed to understand what was going through Asif Sheikh's mind. Long on was deployed, the trap was laid, he fell for the bait, and Ikramullah gets his wicket. Both the openers back in the hut for Nepal. 18 for 2. Qatar totally ahead in this contest. Oh, this could be very tight, very close. Now, this is something that the umpire would want to revisit once again. The batter is holding his ground at the moment. Qatari fielders just about looking at things, and I guess the decision has been made. It's a no ball. Dramatic circumstances over here. Asif Sheikh gets a second life. Will he make use of it? And I'll tell you what, this is absolute drama in the middle.
Yeah, just a whisker. It's a game of fine margins. Malla will have to take that run up again and possibly think about where he has landed his foot. Ifs and only ifs in this whole dramatic scheme of things. However, no attention should be steered away from the intent that Asif Sheikh was having on his mind at that point in time. The trap was laid and rightly pointed out. It's possibly the worst kind of shot you would want to play, especially when you have a fielder stationed that long on, not getting a good hold of that ball on that occasion.
Free hit on offer, but very well bowled. The block hole delivery right underneath the bat. Good length. I'll tell you what, Asif Sheikh has got 2 lives now. And it's important he just about grabs this opportunity. You need this kind of luck.
Any team worth their salt would probably start using their minds against the situation that Asif Sheikh is having at the moment. He would want to just try and attack some good areas, try and make him force an error.
This time he's been dropped again. The third occasion goes past the fielder for a 4. Get yourself a lottery, Asif Sheikh. The rub of the green going his way. Slashed it hard towards backward point. And it just goes past him. He can only wear a smile on his face.
Yeah, once again, it's that fielder at backward point. Tries to slash it really, really hard there. Asif Sheikh from a very low fetching point. And it's that same fielder, Kamran Khan, out there towards the offside, who has spilled this one on this occasion. So you pull off a stunner, and then after that you drop one. How's that for even Stevens?
How fast things change in sport. There again, just trying to cut it. Very scratchy. Asif Sheikh this afternoon. And look at that, 8 in 11. And I'll tell you what, these first 4 overs are a great story. We'll take a look at the 2 drop catches. This was flicked. That was Muzaffar Shah with the drop catch, straight forward. This was Kamran Khan. It was travelling, yes, but he's taken a brilliant one a few overs back, but he spilled this. This time watchful. Another misfield. What's supposed to be 1 ends up being 2 now. Well, Qatar are just about being clueless in the middle.
Yeah, just a flurry of thoughts here, but then those couple of runs will now possibly get Asif Sheikh back on strike. So the Qataris still have a chance to get their heads together and employ a few tactics or two and try and make the misery that Mohammad Asif Sheikh is at the moment continue. Having said that, of course, what a turn of events here. You pull off a stunner, Kamran Khan, to see the back of Kushal Burtel. And then now it's Mohammad Asif Sheikh, who has been dropped twice and one of the chances gone down begging due to a no ball.
This time though, he successfully gets one, gets closer to it and finds a boundary of the final delivery. He's survived a few drop catches. He's been lucky to be caught on a no ball. And Mohammad Asif continues to tell the story. 4 gone. Take a look at that once again.
Yeah, just cuts it hard. And there was no fielder out there dissecting those 2 fielders right in between. So finding the gap is Asif Sheikh, putting an end to this over. 4 overs gone, 29 for 1 Nepal at the moment. First signs of change for the Qataris. Mohammad Irshad makes his way out there with the ball in hand. Right arm pacer. Bowls with a decent pace. And of course, he'll be looking to make a difference. Possibly going to be taking a leaf out of the book of Amir Farooq.
Short and wide, cut away into vacant space. Rohit Paudel this time around. He gets off the mark with a fine boundary.
Yeah, what a way to get off the mark. Short and wide, and you've got a juicy half-tracker. Making sure that Mohammad Irshad does not settle out there with the ball in hand. There was no fielder out there at the point boundary. And always a good option to clear the infield, especially in the batting power play. So Rohit Paul now making sure that things are in order.
Yeah, it's important captain plays a good knock today just to inspire the boys. Just found wanting yesterday with the bat Nepal. Irshad under pressure, boundary conceded of his first delivery. This time again, just placing it, using the pace of the ball. Back-to-back boundaries. Paudel is turning it on in the middle.
He'll have to adapt Mohammad Irshad. He's not bowling according to the field that has been set up for him. The ball is either too short or too wide or both on most occasions. Just have a look at that. This time it was short and really wide. Enough for Rohit Kumar Paudel to just guide that deftly towards the backward point boundary. Fourth umpire Rahul Asher will do the honours of returning the ball back to the players. So what an exciting start to the over the captain of the Nepali side is providing. Certainly a great track full of runs, and you would only want to maximize this power play, get as much as possible so that you have a head start while negotiating the rest of the overs. Some decent crowd as well, enjoying top-class cricket.
Asif is feeling so lucky this afternoon that he's ready to chance everything. This time just committing into a run, sent back wisely. Oh my God, the first 5 overs have been nothing short of drama and a little bit of luck going Nepal's way. There was no single in this whatsoever, sent back by the captain. Asif just a little slow to get back.
Short wide once again, and it's going to be a similar result. However, this time around, there is a fielder stationed out there to try and protect that boundary. So finally getting a thing or two right in terms of field placement.
So Irshad has been given a chance today in place of Rifai Teruwat. Just the one change, rather two changes for Qatar. Shahbaz Jamil and Gyan Buddhika are missing out. Rifai Teruwat and Mohammad Irshad have been given a go in this game.
Short and wide once again. This time it's in front of the wicket. So trash towards the cover boundary. He's going to get another 4, but Mohammad Asif Sheikh now trying and capitalizing on the chances that he has received in the earlier part of this game.
Bread and butter shots for the Nepali batters. Very poor delivery. Short, wide, coming at a decent pace in the power play. And Asif Sheikh saying thank you very much. Already 3 boundaries conceded of Irshad's first over.
All the changes that you just mentioned for the Qatari side, tactical changes mainly because of the number of runs given in the previous game to reinforce that bowling attack. Swing and a miss on this occasion by Mohammad Asif Sheikh. End of the 5th over. It's going to be 42 for 1 Nepal.
Well, you can unlock cricket, download the ACC app now. You can also visit the website www.asiancricket.org, and you can be part of Asian Cricket Council's plans and cricketing folklore. Your chance on your Androids and iOS to be part of Asian Cricket's wonderful endeavors.
Mohammad Ikramullah with the ball in hand. Similar tactics by the Qatari skipper. Charging down the track, using the tardy pace to his advantage. Rohit Paudel wanting to take on Mohammad Ikramullah on this occasion.
Yeah, interesting to understand the mindset here of Nepal. Yes, attack is the way forward, but you don't want to go about playing shots like this. No way close to the ball, across the line. Imagine getting out to a delivery like this may look very ugly as well. They've got the runs on the board, 42 for 1. They need is a brisk partnership right now.
He's still a very crafty bowler, Mohammad Ikramullah. Started off really well and he was utilised in a similar fashion in the previous game as well. 4 overs on the trot. Managed to pick up a wicket or 2 as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Much better this time, trying to use the pace of the ball and glide it down third. Remember, third is up in the circle, so once it goes past them, it's going to be boundary. And all of it. Free hit on offer here for Nepal and no ball.
He's probably not marked as run up here. Something tells me that Mohammad Ikramullah is still under the clouds or under the weather of that no ball missed opportunity, as well as those missed catches in the previous over that he has bowled. He feels robbed of a wicket for some reason. It's always going to be playing at the back of your mind.
Coming to live from the Oman Cricket Academy. Day 2, match number 7 of Group A. Nepal taking on Qatar. Nepal batting first. Have got to 43 for 1. This time again, just trying to improvise. It's at the final over before the power play. The restrictions will be lifted.
But good bowling as well from Mohammad Ikramullah. He actually realised the intentions of Rohit Paudel, that he wants to up the ante, take on a few risky shots and take on Mohammad Ikramullah as well. So what he does, he tries to generate a little bit of pace off the deck, bowling across, keeping it away from the right-hander. Always a good tactic if you want to keep somebody quiet.
Another quick single towards mid-wicket. That's been the template today for Nepal. They've relied heavily on the singles and it has worked well for them.
Good start so far, regardless. Of course, plenty of opportunities gone begging for Qatar, but 44 for 1 as far as Nepal is concerned. They've managed to put up a decent total in that first 5 overs. Just 3 deliveries remaining in this power play.
This time though, straying down leg side, and Mohammad Asif will fetch 4 runs. That was travelling.
Yes, of course, he now thinks that luck's on his side, and of course now he's going to back his talent as well. What a great boundary here.
Karan Casey missing out. You can see Coach Monty Desai as well alongside him. That was down leg side and punished. You can't be bowling that line and length when you have fine leg up in the circle. Ikramullah has had a mixed bag of an afternoon.
Yes, of course, he's produced the chances. There have been few chances that have gone begging. But then now chances like these are not going to be put down by Mohammad Asif. He's always going to grab them with both hands. Short and wide once again. Takes the aerial route, clears the infield. Another boundary.
And in the process, Nepal get to their 50 as well. Just within the power play. The Nepali fans are delighted as well. Poor delivery this time, short and wide. The previous one down leg side. Gets underneath this so that he gets it over the infield. Asif Sheikh is just about finding his mid-arse touch in the middle.
It's just that sort of an innings where you feel that everything is going your way and nothing could go wrong. You want to back yourself and convert this into a big one. Fold this time around. Placed in between the 2 fielders. The ball will race. It's a quick outfield today at Oman Cricket Academy. Will race to the boundary. Another 4 runs added to this total to end the over. So 6 overs gone, 56 for 1 Nepal. End of the power play.
Three consecutive boundaries from the bat of Asif Sheikh. Remember, he's got 3 lives as well, and now he's making it count and making Qatar pay for it. But clearly, the power play has belonged to Nepal. They've come out well. A little bit of luck going their way. Change in bowling for Qatar. Spin introduced. Change in bowling and a change in voices as well. Time to bring in Andrew Leonard. Andrew, what a start here for Nepal.
Well, yes and no, I would say, Mikhail. Okay, look at the scoreboard, you say what a start, but being honest, I don't think they batted very well in either appearances thus far. Here's Shiju Sam signalling the end of the power play. 5 fielders now allowed outside the circle. Actually think of the kind of the top 4 sides, they may have batted the poorest of those 4, but most importantly, it's Nayam Barsako Subhakamana. It's a very happy new year to all in Nepal, the year of 2081 that officially started at midnight last night there in Nepal.
That's very good cricket. Got into position quickly, and this will be another 4, which means we've had 4 boundaries and 4 deliveries so far. 3 in the previous, 1 in this one. Nepal just about shifting gears here.
Going to bring that new year in style. Not the early present. See Paudel getting very low in his sweep shot. And right on top of the bounce and exploiting the field. No one at fine leg either in the circle or back, and he gets good reward. Big celebrations last night, as we've been seeing the videos on social media. Kathmandu and Pokhara.
Andrew, what are your plans of celebrating New Year? I'm with you. We can go out for a quick dinner.
That's a lovely invite. Sounds like a good plan to me. What are we going to have? So we have some momo. You like a momo?
I always enjoyed having momos in Nepal.
Careful now, not momos, momo. Even the plural of momo is momo. Chicken kote are my favourite. Which ones do you like?
Chicken.
Stick with the chicken, right? Always stick with the chicken. Yeah, big celebrations. Here's the best of the power play. And we'll see shots of Asif Sheikh, 3 consecutive 4s. Getting good use of the offside.
Every ball is being cheered by the fans who are present here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Happy New Year to all the Nepal fans tuning in. Not the best of shots, but somehow lucky enough to survive that.
I vividly remember my first trip to Nepal in 2018, and all around the city it was coming towards the tail end of the normal year, the Gregorian calendar. And that was the end of 2018, but all around the country there was signs saying it's 2075, and I was so confused. I didn't know that there was a different calendar exclusively for Nepal.
That was your first trip. After that, how many trips have you done to Nepal, Andrew?
I actually need to check. It's in the 20s. Wow. 25, 26, something in that region.
So that's Happy New Year 26 to you.
Yeah, spot on. Special place though, isn't it? You've been there, you love it as well.
Sensible cricket. Very nicely done. Asif Sheikh has now calmed his nerves and relying on the singles. 7 gone, 64 for 1. Take a look at the power play. It was a mixed bag. Paudel looked in attacking mode once again. He was just about improvising, using the field restriction. That was Kamran with a great catch to get rid of Paudel. That was a drop catch by Kamran. Asif Sheikh surviving some close calls.
Yeah, in a funny way, the one he dropped might have been easier than the one he caught. And certainly Asif Sheikh has had 3 lives, remarkably all off Ikramullah. 2 of them weren't his fault, dropped on 2 and 4, but he also did get him legitimately out, and it was Ikramullah's fault as he overstepped. And Asif Sheikh is looking in the mood to take full advantage of that life. The spinners are going to come in tandem now. Nepal have a platform and they've plenty of power hitting to come. Just a little bit of a worry at the top of the order. Don't think Paudel is in the form that they'd like.
Himanshu Rathod introduced into the bowling attack. So the template is simple here for Nepal. Play cautiously now. They have the runs on the board, build a partnership, and then just about get the middle order and low middle order activated. Himanshu got a wicket yesterday in the game against Hong Kong. Very crafty bowler.
I think if you look at this competition, Mikhail,
certainly, I know it's early stages, I know it's day 2, but it does come pretty quick and fast. There's 24 matches taking place across 10 days, April 12th to 21st. If you look at the big guns, if you will, the 4 highest ranked sides and those that have a pedigree of getting towards big events.
Driven. They'll be looking for the second. Asif Sheikh is running quick, but they'll have to settle for one.
It's UAE, Nepal, Oman and Hong Kong that are the fancied sides. Now Malaysia really pushed them yesterday. They're the next highest ranked. But of the 4 that we've seen, it's really been UAE's batting and Oman's all-round quality that's impressed me. I thought Nepal were scratchy yesterday. Hong Kong were excellent against Qatar too. They went past 200. And there's just a real sense for me that, if anything, the form side is UAE. 230 odd, the highest in their T20I history. This morning we got to take in most of that action in the afternoon because this game, Cambodia against Kuwait, ended so quickly. In some ways, Kuwait have batted better than Nepal have thus far too.
That's gone high up in the air. Fielder coming underneath. It's Captain Tanveer, and this means Captain Paudel of Nepal will have to depart. Rathod strikes in his first over. Nepal lose their second against the run of play.
Almost right on cue. We're talking about Nepal's struggles with the bats. Not the greatest shot, just lost his shape slightly, didn't he? Looking to go over cow corner, but because he doesn't really turn the ball, their little away breaks. Paudel is going to be gone for 18. And Nepal lose their second, 67 for 2.
Kushal Malla walks out at number 4. A very fine batter, hard hit off the ball. Getting to hear some very good words about his batting from Lenny off air. Lenny, big fan of Kushal?
Yeah, I often get asked the question, my favourite Nepal player. It's hard to split Kushal Malla and Dipendra Airee. They're both, firstly, very charismatic cricketers, but Malla just has a swagger that reminds me of the great Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards. He spent a bit of time with him too. He often bats with his collar up as well.
It was hurried on to him. Very fine over, 3 runs and a wicket. 8 gone at 67 for 2.
Six चाहिए, six.
Too close to cut. Yes, no. You don't want to get involved in a run out at this stage.
It's been a bit of a topsy-turvy 2024 for Nepal, given all of their success, the remarkable success that caught the headlines right around the world in 2023, the start of the Monty Desai era. Obviously in 2024 there is no Sandeep Lamachani. That's a big factor in the slight troubles they're having this year. But if you look at February, the start of Cricket World Cup League 2, and then into the Tri-Series against 2 fine sides in the Netherlands and Namibia, they've had their troubles with the bat, particularly against spin. And that's been the surprise for me. They face so much spin back home in Nepal. You expect them to be getting on top of these two, struggling to rotate.
Makes room for himself, firmly struck between the extra cover region. Work to do for the field and the deep. And he does well to keep it at 2. That was Sakle and Arshad.
This is where, with those struggles against spin, Kushal Malla is so important, particularly to left arm spin, which he joked before he eats it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. He loves playing spin, hitting down the ground, long on, cow corner, his power regions.
Andrew, is there a pattern in the approach of the Nepali batters? Another nice nudge towards long on, with the top order divide themselves into the aggressors role, the accumulators role, the caution aggression approach?
I think there's been a few mixed signals because of so many changes to the order. We now look as though Monty Desai has settled on an order, which is Paudel at 3. It has to be. In this format, Paudel has to bat 3. He's your linchpin. So he'll play your sort of Kane Williamson role. He'll be the guy that everyone bats around. I know he's gone now. And the pair of Malla at 4. We have seen Gulshan Jah at 4 quite a bit. Sparkling cameo from him yesterday. And then I'd like to see Dipendra Airee at 5. Jora's the one for me. I know he did very well in the SMS Friendship Cup there in India. He's the one with a little bit to prove still up at the international level. Certainly, I just wonder, are they one quality batter light?
Malla still to get off the mark, has just been a little edgy in his first 2 deliveries. Mirza Adnan too looking good. Qatar have crawled their way back into this contest. They've done well to keep things tight. Not to show the shot selection of the Nepali top order has been great. Off the mark with a single towards mid-wicket. Soft hands, easy 2 for this, and they'll complete it comfortably as well.
Yeah, they'll close out the 9th. 72 for 2. There's the remaining batters to come. One change today. They bolstered their batting somewhat. Now Bibek Yadav can bowl as well, but he's come in for Karen KC. I suspect we'll see Kami and KC rotating because of the heat and humidity.
Another change. Cut away. Straight to the fielder at 3rd. This could be close. A direct hit quite certainly would have had the batsman struggling, but that'll be referred up by Shiju Sam. But I feel the batter had made it.
Well, really, Rafiye Theravath has talked Shiju Sam into going upstairs. I think he's home. I think you're right. I think a direct hit might have been close, but Malla's deceptively quick. Don't think of him as being one of the quicker ones in this Nepali team just because of that swagger he has, that strut. Direct hit would have been very much in trouble for Kushal Malla, but safely home. Hopefully the 3rd umpire will only need one look at that. Yeah, 3rd umpire up on the TV. That's Viswandan Kalidas from Malaysia, and Shiju Sam and Zainab Babi, the 2 standing out there from UAE. And Oman, our reserve umpire, also from Oman, Rahul Asher, saw him out overseeing the toss alongside Salim Shahid, our match referee from Bangladesh. So no harm done. Malla, good to continue. Count those balls here, Mikhail. Matter of time before he looks to go downtown.
Nicely bowled, Muzaffar Shah. He'll not be able to stop that. He'll get another single.
I think we'll see a lot of spin through these middle overs. Immediately it's applied the brakes. Just 16 runs in the 3 overs since the power play.
Andrew, which team has looked the most impressive so far in the first 2 days?
It's hard to look past UAE, particularly given the trouble they were in. That was that run-out opportunity, safely back. Challenge for any side playing against UAE. This one's kept a bit low. Wazeem, Asif Khan, Alison Sharafu. Okay, Verdi Aravan for me should be in the squad. Should be talking about him as well. But those 3 in particular I've just named score with such high strike rates. One of them, if they get 80 plus, it may be a match-winning knock.
Makes room for himself. Protection in the deep. Will fetch a single.
My concern at the moment for Nepal is I don't see that same scale of devastation in their batting. Okay, Malla, Dipendra Airee and Gulshan Jah can all score at 160, 170 plus. They're in the middle lower order. That's where they are. Okay, I know Malla's at 4 today, he was yesterday. It's the top 3 I'm talking about there. Asif Khan, Mohammad Wasim, Sharafu. Game winners.
That takes the leading edge and they'll go for a 4. He was slashing at it, so enough pace to go for a boundary. Welcome runs here for Nepal.
And he gets the Nepal fans happy. You see that man in the Nepal shirt there? Just saw him on the right of screen. He's flown in this morning from where he lives in Doha. What a way to celebrate Nepali New Year. It's off the queue end of the bat. Looks to me like Qatar have done their research. You cannot bowl full to Kushal Malla because he'll pump you down the ground. So he goes a bit shorter, a bit flatter through the air. And Malla, bit of fortune to get his first boundary.
You talk about bowling close, and that's exactly what happened. He's teed off in style. Malla finds a maximum.
Well, no one hits it bigger in the associate game than this man, Kushal Malla. Goes above the eye line into the slot, and they love him. Career strike rate over 170. He's a phenom, this youngster. You talk about Afridi, boom, boom. Well, that's bang, bang. Kushal Malla gets us to the halfway stage of the contest. We'll give the players a much-earned drinks break. Nepal just starting to accelerate. 85 for 2.
Nepal just about finding that acceleration. Kushal Malla looked very good in the last over. Got a boundary and a 6. And now Nepal will have to just shift gears to just about get going. They'll have to look at something close to 170, 180. Down the leg side, poor bowling. Lucky to get away.
Well, he really has got away with this one. It was a long hop down the leg side. All Sheikh needed to do was get anything like the middle of the bat on it. Yeah, but right now, Malla is showing us why he's got a career strike rate over 170. Phenomenal numbers. 40, 25, 50s, 1 century. That was in that Asian Games that hit the statistical headlines.
Another case of poor fielding. That should have been stopped. They're eyeing for 3 runs, but looks like they'll have to settle for 2. Ball just died. It's a heavy outfield as well.
Another one of my favourite stats about Kushal Malla. There is the man who's flown across from Doha this morning. I think he's just here for the day. He showed me his ticket. He took his ticket out of his pocket. He said, "Mr. Andrew, sir, I've come across." And he's got the Dhaka topi on proudly. He's got a Nepal t-shirt flag and the Nepal flag to boot.
Edged. That should go for another boundary. Enough legs to get there. Rubber the green going Nepal's way. Talk about the topi. I've seen you wear the similar topi sometime back, Andrew.
Might have a little present for you today if you're not careful, Mikhail. Don't give the secrets away.
Lucky me.
Don't give my New Year gifts away. Yeah, squared him up. You feel a bit for the bowler. He's bowled that really nicely. You cannot get full to Kushal Malla because he'll either pump you down the ground or he'll slog sweep you to death, hitting with the spin. Squares him up for the second time in the innings. Gets an edge and edges away for 4.
Some turn there. Getting the revs on the ball. Mirza Adnan.
I prefer that as a left-arm spinner, bowling to the left-handed Malla. Bowl it into the surface and try to get action out of it. That bench is sitting a bit more comfortably than it was 15 minutes ago.
Effortless. Towering 6. Much to the delight of Andrew as well, who's backed his batting ability when it comes to big hits.
You bowl it into the slot to Kushal Malla, you're going out of the ground. It's that simple. He's that good. And look at this. Right into the slot. It's that favourite slog sweep. There's no boundary big enough for this youngster. He's got a swagger. There's a shade of Viv Richards to him, isn't there? And there's not many cricketers in the history of the international game who've hit more 6s than 4s in their career. One of the few on that list. You're watching him right now. It's Kushal Malla.
That's a massive comparison for Kushal and an honour as well. Nicely negates that for a single. What an over this has turned out to be. 14 coming off it, 11 gone. Nepal 99 for 2. Quite a few skyscrapers there for Nepal, and they've done well. Consistently found the big overs, held by some ordinary fielding, poor catching. These things coming in very handy for Nepal. Irshad comes back into the attack, was costly in the first over. Also, Andrew, just coming back to the batting order of Nepal. Oh, wow. Well, we have a little bit of a surprise for all viewers. That should unfold very soon. And coming back to the 2 surprises, yes. Just coming back to the Nepal batting order. Is it floating or is it steady?
Yeah, it does seem to mix up a bit, but critical day. It's a very Nayam Bursako, Subhakamana, and because I've got Mikhail Vaswamy with me, there's a little present, Mikhail. Will it fit? Come on, quickly. No, get it on the front. Get it on the front. There you go. How good does he look? There he is. Happy New Year. You forgot your mic.
In all excitement, I forgot. I didn't have the mic with me. Happy New Year to all the Nepal fans. Navarsha Shubhkamnae.
I'm going to teach you that again. Nayam Bursako
Subhakamana. Oh, he's chipped that in the air. Slow delivery. Rathod coming under it. Falls in no man's land. Survives. Asif Sheikh once again. It's practically Happy New Year for him as well.
Isn't it just everything's going his way? Twice now you've been to Nepal, isn't that right? You've enjoyed both your trips when you were there?
Had a brilliant time, a whale of a time. Chipped that. Got a leading edge. And there it falls. Yes, the people are so hospitable, so polite. I've always found a lot of warmth and affection over there. The first trip in 2021 for EPL and very recently for the World Cup qualifiers Asia region as well.
Yeah, cracking event that was, wasn't it? It sent Oman and Nepal off to that World Cup. That'll be a wide down the leg side. It's a fiercely competitive region though, isn't it, Asia? I'm not just talking about Nepal here. Obviously Nepal have taken a little bit of the ascendancy in recent times, but you think about UAE, the quality that they have. Mohammed Hussein, one of the highest ranked associate players in the world in any format. He's not going to be at that World Cup. It's a very difficult region to get out of.
Good point there, Andrew. Picks it, pulls it, deposits it as well. What a shot that by Kushal Malla. That ball will disappear and will take some retrieving as well.
You see, this is the brilliance of Malla for me. He's in essence forced Mohammed Tanvir to take the left arm spinners off. So on comes a seam bowler much earlier than Qatar would have liked. And as a consequence, a drag down, he'll pump that out of the ground. Boundary's not big enough for Malla if he gets it out of the screws. He's very broad shoulders. I know he might not look it. When you come up to him, he's just built so solidly.
Well, I have to admit that he's quite underrated then. If this is the kind of cricket he's dishing out, it has to be applauded. 13 deliveries, amassed 33. He's almost catching up with Mohammad Asif. What an impact he's making in the middle. Much better delivery. Irshad proving to be costly. A little bit of frustration, a little bit of aggression. Understandable.
He's not far off breaking a world record here as well. He's very gradually catching the only player in the world in the T20I game who's ahead of him in terms of career strike rate. Players who've more than 500 runs, it's Kieran Stagno from Gibraltar, probably little known 30-year-old. I suspect that strike rate will come down. Gibraltar will go to the Europe qualifier, the sub-regional in due course. He's played only half the number of games that Malla has. And if Malla keeps going the way he's playing here, he'll only get a single this time. They're both striking at 173. There are only 5 players in the world who strike at more than 170. Of those from the Test Nations, he's up with the likes of Surya Kumar Yadav, Sky from India, Phil Salt from England, Finn Allen, Andre Russell, Tim David. You're talking the most devastating hitters in world cricket, and that's the company that Kushal Malla's keeping.
Well, he's heading this elite list, one should say. And this really talks about his batting prowess and also his consistency. Well, Kushal Malla certainly proving why he can be a big force to reckon with in coming years. There again, chipped in the air. Another single towards backward point. End of the over. A costly one here. Benefited by Nepal. 12 gone. It's 1-1-0 for 2.
Just talking about Kushal Malla there, the last over, Mikhail, for me, what he does, you see a lovely Dakatopi there, that's similar to yours.
Exactly. I was just about to say that, Andrew. Makes room for himself. Plays it through the cover point region. Just about retrieves it. They'll get a couple.
I think that guy has been taking some tips from you. We're going to have a boundary check first, so I can't show you just yet. I think he's fine. I think he's well inside. But just those fans up there, you talk about players who put bums on seats, that get people in through the gates. I think back to a decade ago in the T20 game, you think of the likes of Chris Gale, really, wasn't it? Look at Rohit Paudel right in front of the Nepal's team dugout. I think that's fine. Well inside the rope, won't be any problems there. But it's these sort of guys, Andre Russell, in the modern days, Surya Kumar Yadav, absolutely. Obviously, Kohli puts them on there for a different reason, but it tends to be those guys with really sky-high strike rates that just get the fans excited. Malla's very much in that territory. We'll have one more look from another angle. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Mikhail.
That looks perfectly fine. In the end, he's done well to bring it in and bring it back. Malla 34 of 15. It's been a hurricane innings. Mohammad Asif has taken his time. A little bit of luck going his way. Just like the way they've nudged the ball here and there. This could be suicidal. This could be close, but once again they've been shorting in the middle.
Well, Sheikh is quick. He needed to be. Keeper hasn't collected the ball cleanly, so no appeal has gone in. I think he might have just got home with the dive. Direct hit, no. But because the throw is a little wide, this is the kind of running you'll get from Nepal. They're very, very aggressive. When Paudel and Airee are together, it's at times almost insane what you witness. But in and out quickly. And it would have needed a direct hit, I'm almost certain. Yeah. Didn't pick it up cleanly. The dive might have got Sheikh home.
Yeah, some collection was needed there. Wow.
Now hold on, which is which here? Mine's on top of my headset.
Wow.
That's the same as the one out
Yeah,
there.
I guess I found my friend in the audience.
I brought it from Kathmandu. Hold
There
on.
he is. Oh, yes, we are talking about you.
Doesn't fit over my headset. It's got a big enough head as it
I
is.
just managed to fit it well for me. Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Pleasure. Dandavad. It's absolute image of you, isn't he? It's the same. I reckon it's the same one.
Same one.
Same one, mate. They're always very colourful, though, aren't they? You sometimes get the jet black ones, but they love the colours and the patterns.
Another good fielding effort there. We'll keep it to 2. Asif Sheikh has decided that he's going to just about go after the bowling now.
Yeah, the only problem here for Nepal, they're not probably getting Malla the amount of strike they would have liked. Hasn't faced now really in the best part of 2 overs. Sheikh is playing nicely, and all of a sudden that projected score is trending upwards. They'd love to make a statement here, Nepal, wouldn't they? Don't just want to get to the semi-finals. They want their batters in good form, their key bowlers bowling well.
Just trying to bisect that gap between point and backward point. Just trying to get one there. I reckon something is going to give way over here with Asif Sheikh. He's just readying himself for the big hits. Still another 2 deliveries left in this over. Nicely played. Single towards mid-wicket. Nepal looking good, Andrew, now.
Yeah, they've had a few wobbles. Certainly have. Sheikh in particular has had 3 lives remarkably. All when he was on less than 10. All off Ikram Mullah. 2 drop catches and an overstep from the left arm quick. Just hope that Malla won't give it away here now. He hasn't faced in 11 deliveries, I don't think. Striking well in excess of 200. That's really changed the context of the game. Wonder will Gulshan Jah be patted up after his heroics yesterday too.
A dot to end the over with. 7 coming off it. 13 gone. It's 117 for 2.
Well, just as we thought, Gulshan Jah is with the pads on. I suspect if Malla is next to full, he could come in. If it's Sheikh that goes, then it could be Dipendra Airee. Just had a shuffle in commentary box. Welcome Amin in to join me. Been quite entertaining this Nepal innings.
Absolutely, and especially it's been a treat to watch Malla just go hammer and tongs, and in a very systematic manner at that. puts it away towards the offside. There is protection out there in the deep. Ikramullah will do a little bit of cleanup there. Only a single. But yeah, of course, it's been a treat to watch Malla just go about proceedings at the moment. Some exciting shots, a lot of visual bonus as far as the Nepal New Year is concerned for the crowd who has come in and gathered in the stands of the Oman Cricket Academy. Shot wide, and of course he's trying to take a little bit of the aerial route. Didn't time that one well enough. It's going to be only a single. Gets Kushal Malla off strike. Asif now on 49 of 38 deliveries.
He's played nicely, isn't he? Asif Sheikh, he's made use of those lives. Very elegant to watch. Seriously good 50 over player, but don't underrate him in this format either.
Works away towards the onside, and of course now this one's a milestone here for Mohammad Asif. Yeah, at a very, very important stage in this tournament, in the second game, coming out at top of the innings, opening the innings for Nepal and scoring a well-deserved half-century in good time too. 39 deliveries for this effort.
Yeah, a few kind of chuckles on the bench because they know he's had some lives. It's a fifth T20I 50 for Mohammad Asif Sheikh. 6 fours, no maximums in there. Plenty of time for him to try and double that up.
Big shot down the ground. The fielder trying to settle underneath it, and it will be pouched. So a good innings, an entertaining knock from Malla comes to an end, and Musawar will take the honours of having Kushal Malla walk back into the hut.
A big moment in the game. Anytime you get Kushal Malla out, you know, you avoid potential destruction. Good catch held under some pressure. Out at long off. Malla feels as though he's given that away. Surprised he didn't go a little bit more over long on. It's Irshad who takes the catch. Malla's gone for 35, and it's the third wicket to fall. 120 for 3.
Out walks Kushal Malla and in walks Dipendra Airee. Heard plenty of good things about this young chap for Nepal in the past few months, and it's going to be my first time seeing Dipendra Airee in action, as a matter of fact. Amidst loud cheers, of course, it's still going to be 5 wides. Nothing off the bat of Dipendra Airee.
Well, a dream start for Airee at the crease. 5 freebies. Nice way just to get settled out there. Big surprise for me, though. I think Gulshan Jah was probably the call here. Keep that left-hand, right-hand combination going and allow Jah to go after the left-arm spinners, of which there's still plenty of overs available left from. Keep the pressure on Qatar's captain with his options.
Short, and this time just coming in sharply into the right-hander, and I think the tactic would be to probably have the form of Dipendra Airee make some noise out there in the middle. 14 gone, 125 for 3, Nepal. Himanshu Rathore will continue, and he has been one of the more economical bowlers of this Qatari side all afternoon. He's picked up a wicket as well. Now, what's the plan of action here for Mohammad Asif Sheikh from here onwards? Should he start looking to score a bit more freely and try and double up that effort that he's trying to do? The projected scores are hovering around that 176 run mark, and I'm pretty sure Nepal would not be happy with that. Big shot down the ground and holding out to Captain Tanveer, and he doesn't miss many. Safest pair of hands in that Qatari side. Himanshu Rathore picks up another wicket. So very soft dismissal as far as Mohammad Asif Sheikh is concerned.
Well, he's had 3 lives. This time he's gone. Really good length. Lovely length because he's a tall off spinner. He gets good bounce and very well positioned right on the edge of the circle. The skipper who takes the catch. So Asif Sheikh is the latest to go. 2 quick wickets. He's gone for 52 and Nepal, bit of a wobble. 127 for 4.
Sandeep Johra, the new man in, gets off the mark immediately, tries to play that within the gaps, cover boundary. Fielder will come in and try and save a little bit out there.
Yeah, Sandeep Johra in at number 6, the 22-year-old. One more look at the wickets. Just got cramped for room, didn't he? Should really be trying to hit that through the leg side with the spin. He went against it and paid the price. Just a bit surprised to see Johra come in at number 6. Again, Jah was so impressive yesterday, and Johra, he's still very early in his career. He's a fine fielder and he adds a lot of value to the team, but just for me, been battling a bit for runs, only averaging 18 in this format, strike rate 120. Jah, he's refound his mojo after a very difficult under-19 World Cup with the bats. I think he would have been the better option at number 6 today.
Full this time around. Once again, he's keeping it nice and tight, bowling the quicker ones as well. Himanshu Rathore. And I guess somewhere down the line, you do know that the Qatari side realizes that trying and cramping them for room, trying and starving the Nepali side of runs will only result in a few more wickets here. This time wide, short, just within limits. Going to be another single to end this Himanshu Rathore over. A little bit of success in this over as well. 7 runs and a wicket in this Himanshu Rathore third over. 15 gone, 132 for 4. Six bowlers used so far, and Musawwar will continue.
This is what you're going to get with Dipendra Airee. There's probably no one in the world game, don't just mean the associate game here, no one in the world game quicker between the wickets than Airee. For me, he might be the best fielder in the world, literally. He's that good. Stick him in there with Ravindra Jadeja. Absolute live wire. So you'll just pick up, you'll turn every 1 into 2. They're going to run Qatar ragged in the last 5.
At the moment, just dealing in singles, Sandeep Johra and Dipendra Airee. And now the projected score looks still hovering around that 174, 175 run mark. And they'll really want to reach that 11 run and over situation where 183 might all of a sudden be a good stiff target for Qatar to chase. Cut and cut well. There is a fielder, Ikramullah Khan, returning that ball. And once again, this constant rotation of strike shall be some sort of a thorn in flesh for the Qataris. They would want to starve Nepal of any sort of runs at the moment. Having said that, going for the big shot, Sandeep Johra holds out right in the deep as Irshad latches on to a good catch at the long on boundary. So finally, quite a bit of success here for the Qatari bowlers.
Yeah, really good catch. And again, just have to question why it was Johra that came in. Credit to Mohammad Irshad, one of the changes today, taking an excellent tumbling catch, but Johra's gone for 7. And Nepal have got themselves in a tangle, 136 for 5.
Gulshan Kumar Jha is the new man in. The Qatars have managed to pluck a couple of wickets in quick succession, not allowing the Nepali batters to score quite freely. They would want to apply the brakes on the scoring rate as well. Keeps it nice and tidy, Musawar. And he's had a good match in the previous game as well. Have a look at that wicket once again. In the slot, the shot was always there for the taking, but then not managing to get enough elevation. Irshad at the end of the day just picks up one brilliant catch under pressure. Cuts and cuts well. The ball will race towards the boundary ropes. So the left-hander Gulshan Kumar Jha finally puts in a little bit of happiness on the face of the Nepali supporters. And have a look at that once again. Just goes in low and cuts it beautifully. No chance for that fielder at backward point. End of the 16th over. Nepal are 140 for the loss of 5 wickets. Rathore brought back into the attack to bowl his final over, but on the very first delivery of that, he has been put away for a boundary, so he'll have to do a little bit of damage control for the rest of the 5 remaining deliveries. Good shot here from the right-hander.
Yeah, one of the Dipendra Airee's real strengths is his wrists, his hands. He's got very fast hands. Loves a cut shot. I know this isn't quite a cut shot, but it's a slash, isn't it? Away. The width is capitalised upon. Gets it over the head of the 2 men in the circle. Runs away for 4.
The attack continues, this time just to the fielder who's stationed out there at the point boundary. Only a single, and that will do because Gulshan Jha seems to have come out there with a task on hand, and that's to up the ante for Nepal. They would want to accumulate as much as possible. This ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024 dishing out some exciting contests, Nepal versus Qatar being one of them. And what a matchup this has been. Ever since the start of this innings, this batting innings, the momentum has shifted both ways. What a loud shout. That was certainly excited. Rathore, he's been bowling some real good deliveries since he's been brought into the attack. Been rewarded as well with a couple of wickets. Just darting into the left-hander. Unfortunately, the ball not straightening enough. Skies it, takes the leaning edge. It's going to be a tough ask for that fielder to go for that catch. However, a couple of runs And a little bit of miscommunication, however, no damage done. Now what's the impetus for Dipendra Airee at this juncture of the innings? Going for the big shots, of course, is the need of the hour. That's a cracking shot towards the point boundary. It's going to be only a single, but he's timing the ball well.
Yeah, certainly Airee has always got really, really good intent. He just comes out with such positivity. Not going to be necessarily the biggest six-hitter, despite that remarkable world record he holds for the fastest 50 in T20I history. He'll usually more be about ones and twos and positive running.
Soft dismissal, and I think he's done him over. Rattled the stumps, Himanshu Rathore with a quicker delivery, darting into the left-hander. And he'll celebrate his third wicket on the very last delivery of his 4-over spell for the day. So good stuff here from Qatar, even though this over has gone for quite a plenty. Have a look at that. Just nearly playing it back, playing the wrong line, trying to guide that ball behind the keeper and not managing to do so. So Gulshan Kumar Jha departs for 5. He's just hit that one boundary in that innings, and 149 for the loss of 6 wickets. Vivek Kumar Yadav is the new batter, and he's going to be on the non-strikers end, but Amir Farooq will have the ball in hand. He's got a couple of overs in the tank. Up top, he produced some wonderful deliveries, just gone for 10 runs in those couple of overs that he's bowled. I wonder if he still has it in him to swing the ball a fair bit at this stage of the innings.
I don't think he'll be looking to swing the ball at this stage. Usually the movement goes out of these white balls after the first sort of 30-40 minutes of play. If that, he'll be going to the death, looking to angle the ball across the right-handers.
Loose now, and accepted gladly by Dipendra Airee. He's not going to miss those. So boundary now to his name on the very second delivery, and Amir Farooq under the pump.
And up comes 150. Nepal have not had this innings their own way. Really battled the first 3 or 4 overs. Then there was a good flourish, a good partnership between Sheikh and Kushal Malla that got them well into the ascendancy. They may well have enough. They may well go on to win this game. But certainly there's been some frailty. There's been some fragility exposed again. Low scores for Kushal Patel yet again. Sundeep Jura, Gulshan Jha got a good one from the off spinner that just skidded on. It's going to be left again to this man, Dipendra Airee, so important to this Nepali team. Player of the match yesterday in this T20 format. And Vivek Yadav, who has all that power. Just the bowler. A few concerns for Amir Farooq here. They have used 6 bowlers, so they do have other options. But Ikram Ullah Khan's been very expensive and a bit unlucky. Mohammad Irshad equally so, going at 12 and over. That looks like a hamstring to me. Physio's going to be called for to come on. So we're on to game day 2 now, and this is the Group A action that you're enjoying. Just as we have this break and play, we'll get a little bit of a look at the points table. Hong Kong on top of the table, above Nepal, due to that big net run rate win that they had, slightly bigger than Nepal's over Malaysia, where they just squeezed over the line. And as always, we've got 2 games concurrently in action, and Malaysia are in all sorts of trouble on what's a very good batting surface across to the left. They're 123 for 7. Saudi Arabia could be a real dark horse in this group. very much capable of possibly getting past to Hong Kong. I don't think Nepal have been anything like as convincing for me. The stronger of the two groups thus far has been Group B.
Absolutely, and I think Hong Kong, China, and Nepal are favourites if you would ask me, and Saudi Arabia would certainly be looking to create that upset or two. However, as the other group is concerned, United Arab Emirates have registered their second win today, earlier on this day, and Oman are of course the host nation, and they will always fancy their chances qualifying from this stage onwards. Cambodia having their first loss. At the same time, Bahrain as well getting their second loss. Most probably should have been curtains for them in as far as this tournament is concerned, but then you never know. There could be a three-way tie.
Yeah, lots of Nepal fans on New Year's Day here for Nepali New Year and enjoying the action. A couple of the beautiful Dhaka topis we're seeing there. And also have to thank Prashant for sending me in this. The black topis that we're talking about, they're not known as Dhaka topis. They're in fact Badgale topis, which is obviously the Bhaktapur area of the Kathmandu Valley. Any black topis there? I don't think we have any in there. Oh, there's one. On our man with the flag. See if we can zoom in on that man with the flag. So that's actually a Badgale topi, not a Dhaka topi. So we've got a bit of everything up there in the crowd.
Exciting scenes here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Never have I ever actually seen quite such a great mix of crowd here coming and supporting their national team. Nepal, they love their cricket, don't they? And that's something that's always been exciting about Nepal cricket. You always hear the immense, the big crowds that turn up at the stadium. With the flag flying high and good weather to go with. Not that good. It's still hot and humid though. Overcast conditions today at Al Amrat. So order restored, change of bowler. Starts off with the loosener. So possibly Amir Farooq is in a little bit of spot of bother here. He's been the pick of the bowlers for the Qatari side, opening or part of that new ball attack, that pace battery that they have. Kamran Khan, who picked up that blinder for catch of Amir Farooq's bowling, has been entrusted to complete this over. Nudges it to his third man for only a single. Now Dipendra Airee and Vivek have a task at hand, and they need to accumulate as much runs as possible. What should be the strategy with which they go? Is there a preference to be given to Dipendra Airee to hog more majority of the strike at this point in time?
Yadav's very capable, really can clear the ropes. You've seen that, even though he's early in his international career. And the challenge here for Qatar, just trying to get these final couple of overs bowled. Kamran Khan, they've had to go to a seventh bowler. So Amir Farooq we won't see again. Not the first man we've seen go down injured over the first 2 days. The hot and humid conditions taking a toll in a big way. Suspect that Ikramullah Khan will bowl one of the last two. I just wonder, will they risk Mohammad Irshad, given how expensive he has been? Or could it be maybe one of the spinners, Adnan Mirza or Musawir Shah? Maybe the left arm spinners to the right handers might not be the worst option, even though it would be as late as the 19th over.
Full and into the block hole, well negotiated by Dipendra Airee. So single is the way to go at the moment, which would probably just have him bowl another delivery here. He's of course bowled a wide, so a little bit of a correction there. Now 156 for 6, 8 runs and over. Manages to negotiate that one towards the onside. Look at that running between the wickets. Lightning quick. Bibek Kumar Yadav and Dipendra Airee ends the over with a couple of runs. It's going to be 150, 8 for 6. So, of course, it's going to be the left-arm spinner, Musawar. And he's been treated. And he's been dealt with confidently by Dipendra Airee. Good shot here towards the onside. Takes the aerial route, not afraid to put in a lot of bat behind that ball and gets the desired result. 6 runs here to start the over with.
Well, brilliant batting. Just what Nepal need to launch their final 2 overs. Just a pickup shot, isn't it? Always a risk bowling a spinner as late as the 19th, and gets it well over the ropes, 15-20 yards. Darted in, hit with that angle, no turn attempted. Airee showing his worth in spades over the first 2 days here for Nepal.
Much better here. Trying to keep it away from the right-hander. However, he takes the outside edge. There's still going to be runs here on offer. 4, as a matter of fact, for Dipendra Airee.
You just cannot give width to Dipendra Airee. It's the worst possible place to bowl to him. I know this is off an outside edge, but he'll carve you away. We've seen 2 or 3 go behind square. He's so short in stature. He's got these fast wrists. You can understand why he's gone wide, but that's not where you want to bowl. Back-to-back boundaries. Nepal on the charge with 10 deliveries left.
Once again, keeps it away from the right-hander. This time around, not getting good hold of it. Dipendra Airee. Not enough bat onto it. And a goof up here from the Qatari fielders will only result in Dipendra Airee getting back on strike. Couple of runs added to the total. 171 right now, Nepal at the moment. The penultimate over, the most important over as far as proceedings are concerned. And things are not looking good for Musawar.
Well, peerless cricket. This is absolutely outstanding running. There's another man in the world who would have got 2 here. He sprinted that first with an absolute determination to get back on strike. A fumble from the keeper, and he gets back for 2.
A little bit of innovation now for Dipendra Airee. Tries that reverse sweep. Not managing to get hold of it. It's only a single, comfortable single as a matter of fact. And now the onus is on Bibik to do a little bit of scoring as well for himself.
There's a great shot there of Dipendra Airee looking at Shiju Sam saying, how are you giving that as leg buys? It's come off my glove. I think he's been robbed of a run there. Definitely connection with the glove for me.
Works it away. Look at that running between the wickets. Runs the first one hard, and Bibik Kumar Yadav is no less athletic. Gets a couple to his name. Musawar has possibly not gotten the memo of bowling the penultimate over on this occasion. What was required from him was to keep the 2 batters, the 2 right-handers, a little bit quieter to stem the flow of runs. 174 is what Nepal has reached as of now. Shout, shout, and of course the umpire shall respond. The finger goes up, and Bibik Kumar Yadav will make his way back to the hut. Too little too late, I believe, for the Qatari side, but Musawar has managed to get his 3rd wicket. Ends the 19th over, 174 for the loss of 7 wickets, Nepal.
Yeah, traps him LBW. Very easy decision. Straight in front, just started in. And Yadav's the latest to go. He's gone for 5, 174 for 7.
Big shot, picked it up. Welcomes Kamran Khan in the final over with a biggie. Dipendra Airee is certainly making it count on this occasion in the final over of this innings.
Well, a really strange choice here, I have to say, for Qatar. They've gone to their part-timer. He filled in okay for the 4 remaining deliveries of that 18th over, but surely you turn to Malla or Mohammad Irshad here, who both have overs left. Instead they go to the part-timer. Dipendra Airee it is again. He cashes in.
This time wide off the crease, and what a strike and a half that is from Dipendra Airee. The ball nearly sailing halfway towards the main street out at the Oman Cricket Academy. Dipendra Airee on fire.
Well, the Tigers roaring yet again. There's a reason he's a fan favourite. He's the original, the full three-dimensional cricketer. You cannot give him width. Qatar are simply not learning. Right now, this innings is turning into the best of the lot from Nepal. 40 off 17. It's driving them up towards 200. Still 4 deliveries left.
This time shot once again and treated in a similar fashion. Dipendra Airee is not letting this one go. He's going to make Kamran just pay for those poor deliveries, the poor choice of deliveries that he's planning to deliver.
Well, shades of Jaskaran Malhotra at this very venue. It was back in 2021, the American became the 4th international cricketer to hit 6 sixes in an over. That was off a part-time medium pacer in the final over of an ODI against Papua New Guinea. And now it's this man, it's the Tiger himself, it's Dipendra Airee. He's gone bang, bang, bang. Can he repeat the dose? Can he make 3 sixes 6? Can he finish with the maximum allotment? Nepal are thinking of 200 plus, and it's all thanks to this man.
Full this time around. The ball is sailing, and yes, mate, that's another 6 off the bat of Dipendra Airee. Brings up his 50 in quick time here, 19 deliveries to be precise, and what a strike. Are we witnessing something extremely special at the Oman Cricket Academy?
Well, a 19 ball 50, it's been world-class ball striking. Look at the hands, look at the speed, look at the quality of ball. Connection from Dipendra Airee. It's a 9th T20 international 50, strike rate escalating, flying up towards 300. Oh, Airee, you're on the brink of something special here. 2 more balls. Can Cameron find an answer?
Big shot, picked it up towards the onside this time around, nearly onto oval number 2 at the Oman Cricket Academy. 5 sixes. Dipendra Airee is on fire here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
Well, he's a rock star. He really is one of a kind, Dipendra Airee. 5 in a row. You just sensed something was brewing after 3 of them. There's only 4 cricketers to have done it. Herschel Gibbs, Yuvraj Singh, Kairon Pollard and Jaskaran Malhotra at this venue. You just need one more, Tiger. Can you do it? Here's your moment.
Full, and of course he goes aerial, he goes long, he goes big. Dipendra Airee makes it 6 in a row. 6 sixes on the very last over of this innings. Nepal are going back into that dugout with a thunderous performance in the last quarter of this batting innings.
Well, you little beauty, Dipendra Airee. You've made history. Add your name to the list. There's only 5 men in that club. Yuvraj Singh, you can join Herschel Gibbs, you can join Kairon Pollard, Jaskaran Malhotra. It's the first ground in the world to have it done twice. Moments they'll never forget. Dipendra Airee, 6 of the very best. Sensational ball striking of the highest quality from Nepal's superstar. Stunning, absolutely stunning. The second time I've seen it live here with my own eyes here at this venue. These fans won't forget it. Malhotra the last, Dipendra Airee the next. And with a T20 World Cup to come, who knows, it might go once more this year. They come in 2s, twice in 2007, twice in 2021. The first was here. Let's get a look at all 6. Here's the first one, pumped down the ground. Audacious power. And then the fast hands carved away over the offside. Now this time, clubbed all the way down the ground. That's number 3. Count them up. 6, 6, 6. Here's number 4. Look at that. The helicopter comes out. A whip that Dhoni would befit. Now number 5, almost a sense of inevitability about this one. That was 6 on the other pitch. They're finished over there. And then the final moment. And we'll find the last one. It's in there somewhere. And this is something that on Nepali New Year, these men and women, they're never going to forget. They're bowing down to Dipendra Airee. Here's the moment of history. Join the club. Herschel Gibbs, Yuvraj Singh, Kyron Pollard, Jaskaram Malhotra. It's the one, it's the only, it's Dipendra Airee.
Absolute scenes here at the Oman Cricket Academy, and what a finish we've had to this innings. Look at that batting scorecard. Kushal Patel didn't score much, 12 for 11 deliveries. Mohammad Asif Sheikh, 52 of 41, managed to stay in there, got a few chances. Rohit Paudel tried to escalate matters here, but Kushal Malla, what an exciting innings he played, 18 of 35. Sandeep Johra, Gulshan Kumar Jan, Bibek Kumar Yadav just tried to stay in there, but then of course that big name Dipendra Airee coming in fresh from a player of the match performance in the last match as well, and in this innings as well, ending things off in style. 6 sixes in the last over. That's the bowling scorecard here for the Qataris. Amir Farooq, possibly the best bowler of the lot, 1 of 14, and then Himanshu Rathore did really well, exceedingly well as a matter of fact. 4 overs, 3 for 26, and then Musawwir Shah got 3 wickets as well for 43 in his 4 overs. The rest of the bowlers actually went for quite a plenty. Kamran Khan had a forgettable day, of course, due to that last over antics of Dipendra Airee. 12 extras, leading on to 210 for 7.
Look at the best of this first innings. It really never looked like going even close to 200 throughout that. First innings, chances put down at first of Asif Sheikh before Kushal Malla came to the crease. He started to get going. 3 sixes for him, 35 off 18. Runs all around the ground, including that, well, quite remarkable power that he shows off the left arm spinners before he held out to Mohammad Irshad. Asif Sheikh was the next to fall with 52 off 41, 6 boundaries to his name. And Johra's stay at the crease was a short one, 7 off just 6. And then Gulshan Jah, well, he came and went quickly, 1 boundary for him through the offside before he was clean bowled by Rathod. Bibek Yadav, well, his stay was also a short one, 5 off 4, but then it was all about Dipendra Airee at the end.
Absolutely delightful scenes here in this innings of Nepal, just managing. There were shots all over the ground, and of course that last over of Dipendra Airee going for a maximum, going back into that dugout in style. That whip shot, one of my favorites of that antics that Dipendra Airee provided this crowd that has descended upon Al Amrat Oman Cricket Academy. 6 sixes, that was number 5 or number 6, lost count the number of sixes that have been hit, but all we know is of course that the momentum that this Nepal team is heading back into this dugout after this innings is going to be mammoth, and it's going to be a tall order for the Qatari batting unit that's going to come out there. 211 is the task at hand, 100 from 120 balls. The asking rate, of course, a shade above 10 runs and over. Match number 7, it's going to be the Qatar run chase on the other side of the break. Do stay tuned, stay connected. Hello and welcome, and of course this has been a fine afternoon here, and that's the task at the moment for Qatar. It's a task cut out, and it's a tough task. 211 of 120 deliveries, and that's what's required of Qatar. 10.55 is the required run rate. They're up here for a very, very good run chase. Kamran Khan out there with the bat in hand, opening the innings for Qatar. And a good time also to introduce my co-commentator, Mikhail Waswani.
Good evening, Amin. Thank you very much. And I must say that what I just saw some time back was breathtaking. Dipendra Airee on fire. Meanwhile, it's up to Kamran Khan and Mohammad Irshad to maybe replicate some part of it if they have to get close to the target of 211. Sumpal Kami with the ball. He'll be eager to make some early strides as well. But clearly, that first half belonged to Nepal and a certain Dipendra Airee, who's made it a habit to turn out as crisis man, go-to man for Nepal cricket.
What's really endearing is that there's been a decent crowd that have turned out in the stands at the Oman Cricket Academy, and they are in for a treat. Of course, been hearing it's the Nepali New Year. Good start here from Sumpal Kami. And well negotiated as well. So first runs on board for Qatar, and they'll want to keep it steady. They'll want to keep scoring steadily, rotate strike, and then utilize this power play to the fullest. Gather quite a few good runs, back themselves to reach a score. Saqlain Arshad is the other opener for Qatar, and he'll be facing the first ball up.
Oh yes, they've been left with no option but to attack from the word go. 10 and over is the required run rate at the start. So they'll go for broke. Nicely bowled.
Now Saqlain's also been given a chance here to open the innings, and Qatar will want to get off to a flying start from here onwards. Sumpal Kami, on the other hand, is a good customer, sharing the new ball, and he'll always look to keep it neat and tidy, bowl the right areas, bowls with decent pace as well, good action. Drifting down towards the leg side, it was short, negotiated well.
Well, certainly Captain Rohit Paudel can afford to attack, but still he has a deep square leg. And a cover sweeper in the very first over with a target of 211. You can always think of going with the slip and having that extra catching position. Maybe a little defensive here in his approach. You've got to allow the batters to hit as well.
Short ball, just pulls it away. There is some protection out there in the deep. They look to take the second. It's a little risky. Asif Sheikh does really well behind the stumps. He's quite quick with his hands out there. Umpire will be taking a look at this one. It's going to be an interesting watch. Whether Kamran and Saqlain have done well there, only time will tell. So early jitters here for this Qatari batting lineup. And that's something that they wouldn't want. A run out at this stage of the innings. Collected cleanly. But I think now he's done well here. Kamran Khan making his ground on time.
Well, very nice glove work by Asif Sheikh. At that length, when the throw comes in from the deep, it's never easy to pick it up and dislodge the stumps. Well, Kamran and Saqlain, they have to take the attack to the opposition. That's the only way forward now for them. Simply because they're chasing in excess of 200.
Drifting down leg, and it's going to be a wide, little wayward Sumpal Kami on this occasion. Now what the Qatari batters would need to do is believe in themselves. In the previous game also against UAE, they were facing a similar sort of a target posted by UAE, chasing 200 odd runs. And at one point in time, it did seem that the Qataris were going to create the first upset of this big tournament. However, of course, fate had other things on hand. Goes for the big wild swing, misses out. Sumpal Kami will be wary of intentions of these Qatari batters.
Well, I'll tell you, the situation right now is very contrasting. Nepal is showing great amount of inspiration, Qatar is showing great amount of desperation. That shot was nothing but a desperate opener trying to just break the shackles and land some momentum into their side. So close to the off stump. Pressure on Qatar, playing catch up. Already lost the first game to Hong Kong yesterday. And right now, Nepal clearly ahead. They have the cushion of runs at their disposal.
Long on has been dropped back to the ropes. And he follows it up. Sompal Kami follows it up with a brilliant delivery in the block hole. What a good end to this over. Tidy first over from Sompal Kami. Just 5 runs from it. So Qatar in the very first over of the second innings, 5 for no loss.
Hanaf padded up. He'll be coming next. These are concerned faces because they know they have a task at hand. Qatar still to register their first points. And at this stage, they're all wearing a serious look because they have a serious situation at hand. Spin in the second over. Lalit Narayan Rajbanshi will come with his left arm orthodox. And for him, they'll have a long off in place and a deep mid wicket. 4 on the off inside the circle. Point, backward point, cover, extra cover. And 3 on the onside inside.
Works it away towards the onside, and that's probably going to be the first wicket played in the air as Sucklane perishes. Lalit strikes on the very first delivery that he's been brought in. So good captaincy here from Rohit Kumar Paudel. It's going to be Bibik Kumar Yadav who's going to share the honours along with Lalit because it was a good catch to be taken.
Wasn't the greatest of deliveries, a loosener, half tracker, but just hurried on to him, didn't get into position. Simple, straightforward catch. Very good field setting as well by Rohit Paudel. He has all the areas covered. Sucklane Arshad departs for 1 and 3. Nepal draw first blood. It's 5 for 1.
Out comes number 17, Mohammad Anaf. Had a very, very sedate innings in the previous encounter with UAE. Was out there till the very end and then finally succumbed under pressure of trying to up the ante of that big task. Plays it on, gets off the mark on the very first delivery. Risky single though.
I'm not too sure if he was convinced about that run or maybe his partner, but they somehow just got to the other end. Pressure telling on Qatar. They need runs, they need big runs, they need the big hits. Mohammad Anaf.
He's done well here. Lalit trying to dart the ball into the right-handers. More often than not, of course, he will have to face the dangers of just drifting down leg, and that's something that he'll want to correct as soon as possible. And that would negate all sorts of shortcomings that he would be delivering over the course of this innings. Coming in for the 4th delivery. It's been a good over so far.
Nepal in complete control. In command. You can sense a spring in their feet right now. And quite obviously, everything has gone their way so far.
Shot, and this one's darted into the right-hander. Was a surprise delivery. And he walks back to his mark-up with a little bit of swagger.
And a little bit of a stare as well to the batter, which is important. Nice arm ball. Look how far wide he came at the crease. And that stare as well. There you are. Stay in your crease.
in the air, but no, it's going to land safely. He's going to survive here. Mohammad Hanaf. End of a very, very eventful and successful over. Qatar are 8 for the loss of 1 wicket after 2. Sompal Kami, and this one's crunched towards the cover region, and of course that ball will race towards the boundary rope. So first signs of aggression and first signs of good aggression from Mohammad Hanaf, and obviously it's going to be in the favor of the Qatari scorecard as well.
Oh yes, this is a very good shot on the up, standing tall and pierced the gap. The asking rate is somewhere over 10, which means they need minimum of 2 boundaries every over to somehow keep up with that required run rate. So the intentions are very clear, and it's going to be a percentage game here for Qatar.
Shot and in the air will clear the fielder. There is no protection at third man, and the ball will sail over the fence. It's going to be another boundary for Mohammad Hanaf. So yes, of course, the intentions are being made clear and executed as well. So good runs here.
Oh yes, he is taking the attack to the opposition, making full use of the field restrictions. Remember yesterday as well, they fell short by 26 runs against Hong Kong, chasing something in excess of 200, which means they have the depth in the batting and they have the power hitters.
Some exciting shots from the captain as well of the Qatari side. Big shot down the ground. No fielder once again. It's a quick outfield today at the Oman Cricket Academy. Back-to-back boundaries for Mohammad Hanaf, and he's gotten off to a flyer.
In fact, 3 consecutive. We've seen 6 sixes in an over. Just some time back, are we seeing 6 fours? This was again a very ordinary ball, short and wide. Hanaf just about gave that a wild swing and fetched 4 runs towards the extra cover region. Well, Qatar just about finding momentum here.
Yeah, Sompal Kami just trying to find his rhythm at the moment. He's bowling quick, he's bowling the hard lengths. However, Mohammad Hanaf at the moment with luck on his side and trying to be a little bit brave. Change in the field as well.
A cover sweeper comes in and long on goes behind. Much better. Into the batter.
Into the batter, and of course it's going to be only a single. So finally that momentum has been broken, getting the batter on song, off strike on the non-striker's end. It's going to be up to Kamran whether he wants to continue the onslaught or whether he just wants to stay there and think that, yes, of course, we've gotten the runs of this over. Let's just keep calm, keep cool, and see off this Sompal Kami over. Shot and, of course, dealt with severely. The catch has been taken, but then it's going to be outside the boundary ropes. The Nepali dugout will not be happy about this. What a strike this is from Kamran.
Oh yes. This time though, he was quick to latch onto it and hit that in front of square. More cross-batted, but he got the long handle to best effect. Sompal Kami is being treated with utter disdain at the moment. He's conceded 3 boundaries and a 6 in this over.
What a strike this is down the ground. No fielder there. The ball will win the race if there was one. And what an expensive over this has turned out to be for Sompal Kami. 23 runs of this Sompal Kami over with a boundary to end it. Have a look at that.
Straight down the ground. The one before this was over mid-wicket. 23 coming off it. Qatar putting on a fight. They are not giving in so easily. 31 for 1 after 3. Now this skyscraper by Qatar was certainly got Captain Rohit Paudel thinking. Lalit Rajbanshi to continue.
Works it away, only a single, and this is going to be key, and that's rotating strike. They need to take heed from the innings that Nepal just played a few overs ago, and that's of course not been an ideal innings. It's just because of those pyrotechnics by Dipendra Airee that they've reached such a target, but otherwise they were reeling and finding it difficult to score their runs at certain stages of the innings.
Right, sometimes individual brilliance comes in very handy. Airee has been that kind of an individual.
Sweeps, and of course there is a fielder out there, so it's going to be a quick single as a matter of fact. So good running between the wickets as well. Jittery start, but now consolidating.
Now, despite getting 23 of the last over and despite having a current run rate of 9.90, that required run rate is still around 10.68, which goes to show that every dot ball will serve as mounting pressure. And this will turn out to be even more eventful this over. That's because so far it's been a quiet one. So something will have to give way, either a big hit or an opportunity for the fielding side.
Yeah, once again darting back into the right-hander, cramping him up for rooms. And yes, of course, boy oh boy, this is the early days in this run chase, and every dot ball, every missed opportunity is going to increase that pressure. Rightly said.
2 runs of this over so far, 23 in the previous one.
Yeah, just a loosener now from Lalit. And this is probably the pressure of trying to keep things tight, trying to restrict the flow of runs. Of course, the team's just coming or reeling back from a 23 run over. You've got a deep square leg in position for that slog shot. In the air, catcher is the call, falling just short of the fielder at mid-off. Risky single as well, but then a fumble will only leak an additional run.
Well, there's so much happening. A direct hit would have been curtains to come run. Nobody backing up, an extra run as well. Now, the reason why Lalit is bowling into the pads is because he has a mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket and a long on, and there's no protection in the deep on the off. So everything has to be into the pads.
Works it away to the onside. Another single has been stolen. So it's been a tidy over so far. Just one more legal delivery to go. What Lalit would want to do is not concede a boundary at this stage of the innings, because otherwise the momentum actually shifts towards the Qataris. Yeah, it's a quiet end, and Lalit does well. So good end to the over. Just 6 runs of this Lalit over. 4 overs gone. The Qataris are 37 for the loss of 1 wicket. It's the 6th master, Dipendra Airee, who's been entrusted with the ball in the very 4th over, as a matter of fact. So spin now.
Very versatile. The first delivery right underneath the bat. Look at that. He repeats it. What a player. What a team man. What a cricketer to have in the side. Give him the ball, he'll deliver. Give him the bat. In the field, he inflicts a run out. Mr. 360 in the real sense.
Darting across, darting away from the right-handers, not finding time to get near to the balls, and this is going to be difficult here from Ehnaf. That's a good contest here. Into the block hole, and this is absolutely electric from Dipendra Airee.
To bowl 4 dot balls at a time when both the batters are just about going crazy in the middle, what an effort. And that too in his very first over.
Down the ground, shot. So finally getting some understanding here. Mohammad Ahnaf gets underneath the ball and dispatches that for 4 down the ground behind the umpires. So a lot of words being spoken between the two batters as well.
Oh, it's a cabinet meeting in the middle. Conference, but this was a very good shot on the up. Mid-off up in the circle, long on, gave up the chase. That was firmly struck.
Big shot in the air, interested the fielder at long on, and yes, of course, he will be involved. Rohit Paudel will pouch that catch. Mohammad Ahnaf, who was doing bulk of the scoring, was looking in some form, has to make his way back to the dugout.
Dipendra Airee can do no wrong in this tournament. Give him the bat, he'll get you 6 sixes. Give him the ball in the very first over, he'll get you a wicket as well. Ahnaf has to depart. Nepal get their second wicket. It's 41 for 2 after 5. They regroup, they can't get into their huddle. Meanwhile, the umpires just about want to confirm the height of that delivery on impact with the bat. Looks fine. Airee in the very first over gets a wicket. He's the magician in the side. The most valuable player, quite literally, is Dipendra Airee in this Nepal side. Take a look at the height factor. That was dipping. Looks fine, but it's a decision that will belong to the umpires.
Yeah, absolutely. Fresh of 6 sixes and now picks up a wicket in his very first over. What an over this has been. Lightning quick, lightning bolt. And just like the 6 sixes, it has been a lightning quick over as well. Ending on a high, the 5th over done. 41 for 2 Qatar. Mohammad Ahnaf departs 23 of 18 deliveries. Just have a look at that. High up in the air, managing to get a little bit of air onto that ball, Mohammad Ahnaf, but then all he could manage was hole out to Rohit Paudel. From one successful over to another, it's going to be Lalit continuing. Full in the slot. He's managed to work that away towards the onside.
Each time Qatar has tried to accelerate, they've lost a wicket. Nepal have been very tidy with the ball and very sharp in the field as well. Captain Mohammad Tanveer. Job to do. Can he just about give Qatar an outside chance to make this a contest? At the moment, it's one-way traffic. It's Nepal all the way.
Works it away behind the stumps. They'll steal a single. That's good work by both these two batters. The calling has been good so far. And yes, of course, Captain Mohammad Tanveer can hit a long ball. We did see that last afternoon. Kamran's already shown what he can do in the early overs of this innings. And once again, Kamran taking the aerial route. Two fielders interested in that, and a diving effort by Dipendra Airee. However, unsuccessful. But then what an effort this is. Full marks for that.
I'll tell you what, had Dipendra Airee taken that catch, it would have been one of the greatest catches in world cricket. He had to run backwards firstly. That was never going to be easy. Got the toe end of the bat this time around, Kamran. 3 fielders converging on it. And then he puts that dive, and look at that impact on the ground when he goes there. Oh my God, look at that for an effort. 3 fielders, and he's back on his feet.
Quite over so far, other than the fact that, of course, there has been some antics by Dipendra Airee. He's all over the place. He's batting, he's bowling, he's fielding. Everything has his involvement and he's interested in everything. What an effort that is. Sweep. And of course, that shall be a good one as a matter of fact. Tanveer now getting into the act, gets 4 of the penultimate delivery of the over. This is good stuff here from the captain of Qatar.
Oh yes, they'll have to keep taking their chances and finding the gaps, rather manufacture some shots. This was nicely done. Just into the pads, and all he had to do was help it down towards fine. There's no protection there. Lalit has to keep it around middle and leg because nobody's in the deep on the off. That's why he's just going with the arm.
This time not managed to get a hold of it, so quiet end to the over. 7 runs already from this Lalit over, and he'll end on a high here. So 6 overs gone. Qatar are 48 for the loss of 2 wickets. End of power play.
Unlock cricket. Change in bowling. It's going to be Gulshan Jha. So pace from one end, spin from the other. Tanveer and Kamran in the middle.
He's enjoying his camera time, isn't he? The umpire signaling the end of power play, the commencement of the next session. And now it's going to be an absolute ripper of a contest here between Nepal and Qatar. Gulshan will get the ball in his hands and he'll try to make a difference here. Kamran on strike. Shot and dealt with once again towards the cow corner region, and Dipendra Airee is in action once again, takes it on one bounce. What a great shot that was from Kamran. Hit it really hard towards the deep mid-wicket region.
Well, Gulshan Jha missed out with the bat today, was looking good. This is a good side. All of a sudden, Nepal, after yesterday's performance, have put up a completely different and shown a different side to their all-round abilities.
Full, and of course, played over the fielder. Mid-off was inside the circle. Mohammad Tanveer has different intentions here. He wants to play spoil sport to Nepal at the moment.
Once again, the length and also how good the surface is that you can play through the line. Hard, even bounce. And Tanveer accepted that offer to just about go over the infield. That's why the change of pace is so important on the surface.
Shot, and this is wayward. The keeper will just make a desperate attempt to get a hold of that one.
Asif Sheikh tried hard to get there, but it was quite away from him. Was there some bat involved in that? Good delivery here. This deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, long gone. And now long off as well. Mid-off is pushed back.
What's interesting is no single had been taken on the previous delivery. So Mohammad Tanveer will still retain strike. Wayward here from Gulshan Jha. Extra runs. Only time will tell how it's going to affect the course of this innings, this run chase. Now Mohammad Tanveer did show in the previous match that he can hit a long ball. Just have a look at that, trying to find his radar.
Just like the way Nepal have turned up this afternoon. They've ticked all boxes. Yes, the top order has been a little bit of a concern. That's something they'll want to really correct.
Short, and of course this is going down leg once again, and the umpire is not happy with that. He's going to be signaling wide. So consecutive extra deliveries, consecutive extra runs. This is going to be quite a task here for Gulshan Jha. It's a long over already.
He's just trying to put that extra bit of effort in the delivery, and was guilty of straying down the line. You got to keep it simple. Just get it in the right channels and leave it to the batter to make a mistake. What a shot! Fielders turn spectators. That ball just trickles down to the adjacent one, where the Malaysian fielders will have to retrieve it and give it back. But that was clearly a shot of a batter who can hit the ball long and hard. Tanveer is settling into a very dangerous mood. Look at that. Look at the swivel on that.
Talk about captain rising up to the occasion, and Mohammad Tanveer repeating antics that he had shown last afternoon. He'll want to keep it going. He'll want to back himself to score quite a few handy runs here for his side. Full, and once again this is in the air. The fielder interested. One bounce to the fielder, Sandeep Johra. A strike will be rotated, just a single though. And this is good striking here from Tanveer at the moment.
And this way, I feel it's important for captain of Nepal, Rohit Paudel, to understand that slow bowlers, spinners, may make a larger impact. Because each time the paces have come in, with the ball coming onto the bat, it's gotten easier for the Qatari batters to score.
Bowled him, and Gulshan Jah has finally got a reward for himself. And at the wee end of the over, he's managed to knock over the stumps of Kamran.
And I'll tell you what, that was a slow delivery, the off-cutter that came in handy. And that's why the change of pace on the surface is so very important. Each time Qatar has looked to break the shackles, Nepal has struck. This time, it's Gulshan Jah. Cleans up Kamran Khan, 18 of 13. It's 62 for 3 after over number 7. Well, you can download the ACC app right away. Also visit the www.asiancricket.org website and unlock cricket by downloading the app and joining the folklore of ACC cricket plans. What a wonderful effort by ACC to put across a super event in association with the Oman Cricket Association. It's turning out to be a wonderful tournament. Kushal Malla introducing to the attack. Firmly driven to the fielder at cover sweeper. Single to Tanveer, and that brings Irshad on strike. And just the right time to also introduce my co-commentator Andrew Leonard.
Well, you just used a great word there, Mikhail, folklore. And somebody has written their name into folklore today. Not this man, Kushal Malla. He will one day too. I'm just going to angle down the leg side. Dipendra Airee. You asked me earlier who's my favourite player for Nepal. Is it Dipendra Airee or is it Kushal Malla? I still can't split them, but certainly for today, maybe for today only, it's the one and only. What a performance from the Tiger. Sensational. Historic. Nepal still have work to do. They don't want to get tardy. They want to close out a comprehensive victory.
Oh yes. That'll be on the back of their mind. Dipendra Airee quite certainly has been the flavour of this tournament so far. The most valuable player. Single towards mid-wicket. Tanveer has looked good. His 10-ball stay has yielded 18. Irshad has been given a chance in this game.
Yeah, just getting to that stage of the day again, it probably doesn't look it at home, but just a little bit gloomy, isn't it? In and around 5 o'clock local time. And we just saw yesterday they had to get the floodlights on right towards the end of the second game. Might have to do the same today. But Nepal will look to race through their overs and they'll just want to be ruthless, want to close out a second win from 2 games and the perfect start for the reigning champions. 8 have been bowled, 67 for 3.
Gulshan Jha to continue.
Yeah, I like the way Gulshan Jha has battled back in a really difficult January because he was sent down alongside the Nepal under-19 side who did really well down in South Africa. They beat Afghanistan to get through to the Super Sixes and they again announced themselves to the world. But I think he felt pressure because he had so much senior team experience. I think it was 38 appearances between ODI and T20I cricket going down to South Africa. I think a lot of Nepali fans wanted him to dominate that tournament. Now, he bowled really well. The wickets column didn't quite show it. Beat the outside edge an awful lot in helpful seaming conditions. But he just couldn't get a run for love nor money. He had a horror show. Nothing at all went right for him with the bats. And what Monty Desai did, I thought this was a real class piece of man management. When he came back from that 19s World Cup, rather than go straight into camp for Cricket World Cup League 2, sent him back home. Just said, go home for 7 to 10 days, take a break, get some time with your family. Been a bit of a process since then to get back to his best, but I think he's just approaching it yet again.
Oh yes, and good that the team management is showing faith. And it just brings me back to a question. Andrew will talk about it after this delivery. Goes aerial, goes high, and will go the distance into the administrative block as well. Mohammad Tanveer looks unstoppable when it comes to the big hits. There again, deposits it very comfortably.
I tell you something, this is a brilliant venue to watch cricket. I'll tell you why. There's 2 grounds in operation, side by side, Malaysia and Saudi Arabia playing out next to us. And it's a run fest, isn't it, at both grounds. We saw UAE post their record high score, highest they've ever made in their T20I history this morning. And across the way, Saudi Arabia and Malaysia going nip and tuck. That one's right up onto the VIP balcony. Well fielded, madam. Superb. Top of the bus, that was. Look at that. Perfect technique. And this time goes for the slog sweep. Probably just be a single.
Yes, Andrew, just coming back to the question, Nepal does have the luxury of quite a few utility players. You've got Karan Casey, you've got Dipendra Airee. Gulshan Jha, you rank him as a genuine all-rounder in the side. Who is that genuine all-rounder with the X factor that you would like to pick from this Nepal squad?
In a funny way, they almost have too many all-rounders, don't they? Monty Desai will say you can never have too many all-rounders. But no, look, he's an out-and-out all-rounder. He's as good a batter as he is a bowler in my book. Bowls him. Oh, that's a beauty. It's a little leg cutter that's just found the gap. He's rolled his fingers over. It's kept coming in. Irshad didn't pick it up. And Jazz got a second.
Well, Mohammad Tanveer, the captain, is stranded at the other end as he sees wickets falling. Another slow delivery. Big gap between bat and pad. Gulshan Jha strikes for the second time. Irshad, given a chance in this game, has failed to impress. He walks back for 2 in 4 deliveries. It's 76 for 4.
Too many compliments here.
Oh, but this is so much of work at the same time. How do you multitask, bro? I just cannot.
Rifayi Theravath to the crease. He's in at number 6. For Qatar, well, the game may be slipping through their fingers somewhat across the way. Saudi Arabia and Malaysia. You sense to get into the qualification picture, that game for both of those sides, to upset the rankings, to upset Nepal and Hong Kong. It's a must-win. That one is going nip and tuck right now. Look at that, more movement back in. Good skills from Gulshan Jha. Gets us to the end of a wicket taking over. 9 have been bowled. It's 77 for 4. So 5 bowlers used thus far. They used 8 yesterday, Mikhail, remarkably. Amazing to think of the depth of spin in Nepali cricket. And it's really just Airee, Rajbanshi and Malla that we'll see. Maybe Kushal Bertel as well, spinning.
We talk about options. We talk about having the cushion of as many bowlers. Is it fair to say that Nepal also has the comfort of horses to courses kind of players, where they can adapt by drafting in players depending on conditions and situations?
I think the fascinating thing ahead of a T20 World Cup this year is when it's not helping the spinners, what are their primary options? And that's why I think Monty Desai's putting so much weight on Gulshan Jha's bowling. And then he's shown a huge amount of faith, isn't he, in Avanesh Bahara as his death specialist. It's a thankless task. You're a hero sometimes, but you're really the villain, aren't you? Because you can go the distance at the death.
Oh, yes. Sports sometimes can be very cruel as well. One day you're on the pedestal. The next day you may be stripped of all the medals that you've had. Call it the great leveler. Malla has done well. Into his second, he's been tidy. All right then, Tanveer's on strike. He's seen wickets fall at the other end. The fight has to be on. 132 needed in 64. Make that 63 now.
Yeah, and Malla's probably in some ways similar to Gulshan Jha. You asked, was he a bit of an all-rounder too? I think Dipendra Airee is more of an all-rounder than Malla. Malla's a kind of a part-time bowler, but he's canny, he's clever, he watches the batter very, very closely. Often you'll see him, the Irish Wolves came across to Nepal recently for a tour, and most of the batters were saying, oh, well, he just bowls 45 miles an hour, simple left-arm spin, but he's clever. And he outwitted a few of those Irish batters. You know, they went plenty better than them too.
Very good glove work behind the stumps by Asif Sheikh. That was travelling down the leg side. Just about stayed down and collected that. So many times the wicketkeeper's effort goes unnoticed. Nicely cut straight to the fielder. Lalit Rajbanshi.
Yeah, I think if Nepal are to qualify, if they're to go back to back, it's going to be a lot about how they bowl and how they field. They need to win games with their bowlers. Airee got them out of trouble today. Nicely cut. This time finds the gap he couldn't the ball before. Tanveer continues to impress. Gets us to the halfway stage. Gets us to that drink break. Qatar hanging around in this chase. It's 85 for 4. Avinash Bahara will come in a little earlier than he does sometimes. Often he's asked to bowl either 13, 15, 17 or 19, or sometimes even the four most difficult overs, 14, 16, 18 and 20. I think Nepal need a bit of flexibility with that. I think asking someone to bowl 4 overs at the death when they're not express pace in the modern game, very difficult. Keeper up to the stumps, great glove work. You pointed it out an over ago. Outstanding from Sheikh, wide to start with from Bahara.
Oh yes, he goes about doing his job with great precision. And that's what I like about Asif Sheikh. Quiet customer, just about delivers with bat behind the stumps. Picked up. Work to do for the fielder. Jora at long on will keep it to 1. Tanveer comes to strike.
You just wonder, is this a bit of a challenge now for Bahara in a role that he won't be as used to through these middle overs? Chance to pick up wickets, chance to show his worth. Going to be a chance and put down. Not easy. Would have been outstanding. And it's Gulshan Jow's had a good day. Got his chance to light up the fans and light up the oval. Great effort, but the end result to be 4 more.
That would have been a great catch. We've seen some great effort today by the Nepali fielders. Playing across the line, got an outside edge to it. Got his fingers as well. Just missed out on grabbing it. Jora certainly asking a few questions very early in his spell.
Well, big hit. I think this is going to go all the way. Jora's done really well to try and tie it back in, but Bahara gets pumped down the ground. This is the challenge for Bahara. If he misses the block hole short, it's in the slot. And with the quality of pitches and the quality of batters, even here at the Premier Cup, he can well go the distance.
And also the size of the boundaries these days in T20 cricket. They're far more inside. Desperate attempt. Bahara needs to be very careful when bowling to Tanveer because there's no margin for error. Look at where he's batting. Deep in the crease. Look at where he's standing in the crease. Just about shows he's going to bat deep and pick the lengths early.
Yeah, good spot, Mikhail. He's going deep in the crease for a reason. So he's nailed the block hole there. Great delivery. 1 run off it. Problem is, the one before he's missed, it goes for 6. So 2 balls go for 7. You calculate that out across and over, all of a sudden things can get expensive. Stick in the wide. Okay, the outside edge was unlucky. And already he's behind the 8 ball.
Qatar continue to fight. Courtesy Tanveer. Picked up again. Work to do for the fielder deep mid wicket. Dipendra Airee, he's so quick to go around it and also release it. Brilliant fielding.
I reckon any other fielder in the competition, that's a cast iron 2. Airee has run, 30 yards to his right in a flash. There's a test they have in American football. They have a thing called a combine, which tests your athleticism. And one of the big key barometers is the 40-yard dash. I'd love to see Airee's time over that. Gets away with a dot to close out a 14-run over. A little bit of hope here for Qatar. They need plenty, but they're still hanging around. It's 99 for 4. There's the floodlights lighting up, not the night sky, but just an early evening sky. The reason it feels gloomy and dark, it's very overcast away from us, away from the town of Emirat, over towards the distant hills and mountains. So understandably, the match officials have asked for the LEDs to come on. And Lalit Rajbanshi lights up the oval, gets straight through, floodlights on. If the Zing Bales are out there, they'd have lit up too. He has his second, and Nepal, they have a fifth.
What a way to start his fine lower. Half the side of Qatar back in the dugout. Another wicket falls. Lal Rajbanshi just about keeps it straight. You miss, I hit. Playing across the line, clearing his left foot, and is castled. What a ball. Going with the arm. Nepal all over Qatar at this stage. Rifai through what walks for 5 and 6. It's 99 for 5.
Amir Farouk into the crease at number 7. Lalit Rajbanshi showing his worth in this format. I think ODI cricket's his strongest. But with no Lamachani, he's so important, isn't he, as really the primary spinner. Airee and Malla and Kushal Bertel, they're part-time spinners. Airee will give you those 4 overs, though, with his quality. So it means that Rajbanshi's 4 are all the more important. He's had to step up to the mantle now as Nepal's primary spinner. And isn't he doing it nicely? Now, is this going to be a chance? He's actually mishit it so badly, it's not going to carry.
Oh yes, he mistimed that. Because he didn't connect it well, it fell in no man's land. Okay then, Tanveer up against Lalit, who has 2 wickets and into his final 3 deliveries. It's been a quiet over, so you can expect something in the next 3 deliveries. Driven. They're running the first run fast. Tanveer wants to strike back. But look at that fielding in the deep. A 1 bounce throw. And it's that man, Dipendra Airee. He's omnipresent in the ground. I'm seeing him everywhere.
I've been beating the drum for years about how special Dipendra Airee is. I think he's one of a kind. You know I have a bias towards the associate game. I love the associate game, and I think their players are often undervalued. If I was a franchise team owner or a coach, I would have him in every single league in the world. And I'll tell you why. It's not just his value on the pitch, it's off it. Imagine Dipendra Airee in your fielding training sessions at the IPL.
He's just going to raise the standards. He's going to add so much of spark. And that's so infectious as well when you're on a group. Airee is certainly an asset to any side. Very unassuming, but so result oriented, so efficient and so effective as well. Work to do for Airee. It's a competition between him and the ball. And for a change, the ball wins the race. 4 runs here for Farouk. A good over for the Qatar. 12 gone, it's 106 for 5. You can download the ACC app right away and you can unlock cricket, and to do so you can also visit the site asiancricket.org and just about enjoy the cricket on offer from the Asian Cricket Council. There's so much cricket happening in Asia. Associate nations, elite nations, test playing nations. Join the bandwagon.
What have you made of Airee's bowling? It's probably definitely progressed since you've last seen him.
Oh yes, I have. He looks a more confident bowler now. Looks more assured. He's aware of what he's doing. right into the block hole. For a spinner to consistently do that, it's never easy. I'm still trying to understand what is Airee's stock delivery over here.
Well, I think it's, to use a bit of a colloquial, a bit of an old expression, it's a dart, isn't it? It's a right-arm dart. And there, I know it's been pumped down the ground. Really good effort from Kushal Bertel, who's an excellent fielder himself. 3-run save there for me. But you actually might have seen there the seam. It's not coming down like an off-break. It's darted in like a little arm ball. Mainly that index finger does a lot of the work on it. So what he's trying to do is beat you on the outside edge, get it very, very full, and not allow you to get underneath it to hit it. So what he's thinking is, if I don't concede any sixes in my spell, if I only go for 1 or 2 boundaries, my 4 overs are going to be of massive value to the team in a T20.
Oh yes, and also seeing him coming around the wicket for an off-spinner to 2 right-handed batters is very unusual. Taken on the full, and that's dispatched as well. Tanveer in the process gets to a 50. A captain's innings, a valiant effort. He's doing it all by himself as he loses support, but a very, very strong performance by him.
Yeah, he's a fine player. When you're out there with him, you would never think that he's 43 years of age. He's still very, very fit. It's a 12th T20I 50, strike rate over 200, 9 boundaries. And that's the one he just tries to get it in, not allow any elevation at all be found by the batter. Even though there's the maximum, it's only 10 from the over. Qatar need a lot more than that. 116 for 5.
But single men, Tanveer retains strike. Oh yes, he's 43, but he's batting like a 23-year-old right now, showing great endurance and experience coming to the fore as well. Malla will continue to bowl his left-arm orthodox.
Down the leg side. Interesting call that, isn't it, for the wide, because he's come across his stumps. Just a little look here at bit of Mohammed Tanveer, some of the best of him.
Oh yes, he's looked good on all sides of the wicket. This time, it goes for another boundary. He's playing square of the wicket, front of the wicket, behind the wicket as well. What an innings it's been. His players may have betrayed him, but he's standing tall. Captain says, give me support, we can still put on a fight.
Yeah, and credit to Mohammed Tanveer, the way he's continuing to fight, continuing to battle. He's got best part of half of his team's runs. In fact, he's now got exactly half of them. He just needs someone to play a cameo who's going to step up and help the skipper out. This game, it's not done and dusted yet.
Nepal need wickets. Qatar needs a big partnership. Meanwhile, at the other ground, Saudi Arabia 101 for 5. They're looking good to chase down the target of 146.
It's a classic Malla delivery, beaten for the lack of pace. You have to be brave to bowl at the pace he does in the international game, because right-handed batters are just going to come at you and try and pongo you out of the ground. Yeah, it looks like a real good finish on the other ground too. Qatar could yet get back into this as well. But again, it's the lack of pace that just makes there be nothing to work with for Tanveer. They need one big over. They need an 18. They need a 20, don't they? Get that required run rate into check.
And they need someone to give support to Tanveer. Someone who can come out there and just about play some big hits. Gives the charge. Will fetch a single.
I think, again, what this game has shown, even if Nepal go on to close it out, win by 20 or 30 runs, just shows the competitiveness of the Asian region. Don't think there's any weak teams, are there? Even Cambodia this morning stood up nicely. I'll tell you, that's a good over from Kushal Malla. Just the one boundary from it. 14 bowled. 126 for 5. Avanesh Pahara. Now this could be a chance. Long off is going to go a long way, and he gets there. Oh, that's exceptional. Kushal Bertel with a beautifully judged catch. He's had to go a long, long way to his left, and it's the big one. It's the one that Nepali fans wanted. It's Mohammad Tavir that falls.
What a way to welcome me into the comm box, and it's the big wicket. The captain of the Qatari side making his way back to the dugout, and Kushal Bertel, what a performance he's put out right in front of that massive Nepali crowd that's gathered here at the Oman Cricket Academy. 63 of 33, and what an innings here. He's played 6 fours and 4 sixes. Mohammad Tanveer is heading back into the dugout. 126 for the loss of 6 wickets. Qatar are now reeling. Outwalks Himanshu Rathore for Qatar, and of course he's replacing big shoes here as far as this innings is concerned. Captain Tanveer has played a gem of a knock, making a statement out there to everybody that yes, Qatar is not going down without a fight. 126 for 6 is where Qatar find themselves at the moment.
Yeah, really good for Avanesh Pahara's confidence. He certainly has been a victim of a few difficult comments on social media. This was an excellent catch, though. Really, really exceptional. He's made probably 20, 25 yards across to his left, going to his weaker side. Ended up making it look very easy.
Yeah, and of course, it's some superstar stuff here from Kushal Bertel right in front of the crowd that's gathered here in the stands amidst thunderous applause and cheers.
Nicely bowled right into the block hole. Yeah, for Qatar, with the loss of their captain now, I think the game is gone. They'll have to bear in mind net run rate too. They got pretty close yesterday to Hong Kong, chasing down a big total, going down by 26 runs. They'd like to narrow this deficit as much as they can in the last 5 overs after this one.
Yes, of course, the job's still not done for Nepal as well. They've still got to pluck the remaining 4 wickets so that they can have an early day, or at the most just try and keep the Qatari batters a little bit quiet.
And the shots keep coming. Won't get to the boundary. Kushal Malla does the work, just a single. Big disparity in the fielding quality and the running between the wickets between these two sides. Nepal exceptional, Qatar work to do.
Absolutely work to do, but then it's festive mode here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Eid holiday is still ongoing, and the Nepalis are celebrating their new year. And what a celebration here they put out.
Credit to Pahara, he's hit the block hole 4 out of 5 in this over. Good skills.
He's managed to keep it tidy. Just singles. They're happy with the singles here. Nepal really wouldn't mind that. But what they would really mind is if one of these batters managed to get a stronghold and good understanding of things out there in the middle. Good delivery. Once again, just attacking the block hole. Well negotiated as well by Himanshu Rathore. Brings an end to the over with that single. It's going to be 15 done. 131 for 6 Qatar. All of you following all this amazing action, and of course, if you want to do it as well, you need to unlock cricket, and for that you need to download the ACC app now on your devices, whether it be iOS or Android. And if you're the old school lot who like the larger format, you can log on to www.asiancricket.org for all sorts of information as well as happenings around Asia regarding cricket.
So Malla will be persisted with. Certainly bowled a tidy spell here. I really suspect that Nepal will look to just close out this victory. They probably won't need to worry about net run rate. One more victory should get them into the semi-finals. They got 2 to go after this one. I think they have a day off tomorrow. They'll have a rest day, just the 2 games in action tomorrow. Very clever bowler. Knows his angles, knows his lines. And he's not scared to keep it very, very slow through the air.
Yeah, certainly blessed. I've had a good initiation to Nepal cricket at the moment. There's some really, really exciting players out there charging down the track. And of course, the keeper will do the needful. Malla has been absolutely smart about the way he's doing things out there in the centre.
Yeah, Farooq, the latest to go. Outsmarted by Kushal Malla. When you know the batter is going to come at you, you just vary up your pace, change your trajectories. This time he darts it in. He watches the batter intently right until that point of release. It's another one gone. Amir Farooq is stumped by Asif Sheikh. For 8, it's 132 for 7. Mirza Ali in at number 9. Beautiful stroke to start with. Inside out over extra cover, holds his shape and gets 4 immediately from his very first ball.
Yeah, talk about making a statement. Of course, he can bat now. And have a look at that. It was in the slot, clears his front leg, leans over, makes good connection, and it's always going to lead to 4 runs, especially if played in the right areas. A good start here.
I really like watching Kushal Malla bowl. He's just very, very clever. Looks innocuous, yes, but takes all kinds and types of spin bowlers. He's had to step up a little bit as well in recent times, bowling more and more the last 6 months or so. He get out of his spell really well. 1 for 29 he's going to finish with. And it's just 4 overs left now for Qatar. Nepal closing in on victory. 138 for 7. So Bahar will bowl number 17. 4 remain. Fairly fanciful 73 required off the remaining 24 deliveries. Nepal should close this out comfortably. Still don't think they've been at their best though, and Tremonti Desai, I don't think he'll mind that. He'll enjoy the fact they were pushed by Malaysia yesterday, bowled and fielded very well, and he'll enjoy the fact that there's room for improvement.
Yes, of course. But majority of the work, majority of the bowlers that have turned up today have done their job. This one's up in the air. 2 fielders trying to converge will fall short of both of them. But majority of the bowlers who have turned up today have done their bit. They've managed to keep it a little tight. Of course, there have been some fireworks by Tanveer, the Qatari captain. But then apart from that, and apart from some big 6s that were hit courtesy his bat, Nothing else was there. And that's the other game that's going on from oval number 2. Saudi Arabia is 123 for 6, and that's probably game on as well.
And how is this missed? I have no idea how this hasn't bowled him. The end result is going to be 4 runs. I think it's a feather of an inside edge. Avinash Bahara is just going to smile because that is the perfect Yorker. It's done everything but clean him up.
That's not fair. Cricket's not a fair game. That's missed the stumps. And at the end of the day, you're going to get 4 runs off the bat. So the batter is going to be really happy about that, as a matter of fact. Just beaten all ends up. So close.
Yeah, the game on the other ground is brewing up to be a classic. 24 needed off 17 for Saudi Arabia against Malaysia. 4 wickets in hand, but Wajid Hassan is still there. And remember, he's the only Saudi Arabian batter with the T20I 100, so he'll hold the key. That feels like a must-win game for both of those sides for a semi-final chance. This time it's going to be whipped round the corner. 4 more. The runs continue to come. Action aplenty.
Yes, of course, it's a little too late, but then they wouldn't mind this. The Qataris at the moment, they'll want to narrow that gap as much as possible, have a little bit something to take back home. Himanshu Rathore on this occasion just making use of that little wayward delivery from Abhinash. Quite a handy over here. Nearly 11 runs off it.
Problem is the required run rate is well north of even a good over like this into the double digits. They need much more than that. Nothing quite dead in a T20 yet. 150 comes up. It's been a reasonable effort in the chase. They've fought hard and they've shown plenty. Qatar, a little bit like yesterday against Hong Kong. Block hole nailed again. So Bahara gets out of the over. Unlucky not to have another wicket. 17 bowled, 151 for 7. Airee to bowl his latest. He's carved away for 4. He bowled 18 and 20 with real effect yesterday. Qatar just hanging around, 56 off 17. It's not out of the question.
Yeah, the decibel levels in the crowd slightly higher because Airee's come into bowl, but then the first delivery has left him wanting a little bit more. Just a boundary though. They'll still want to close out this game on a high, Nepal.
Going to be 4 more. Came on all of a sudden here. I know that required run rate's up towards 20. Stranger things have happened. Really good batting. Qatar just keep throwing the bat at everything.
At this point in time, anything is possible. Of course, you just need 1 over of 36 to change the game. Not that I'm hinting of any such happenings of late.
Rohit Paudel just wants a couple of dots. Couple of dots will nearly put this to bed. Everything is in Nepal's favour. And that could be good enough. Full, straight and gone. Well, it's his day, isn't it? The Tiger roars with delight. The most marvellous innings you'd ever imagine. 2 wickets now with the ball. It's Dipendra Airee's world. We're just living in it.
Absolutely delightful performance here that he's putting up. He's putting up a show here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Balls once again into the block hole. That quicker delivery nearly crushing the batter's toe on this occasion. And Mirza Adnan Ali will be heading back to the pavilion. LBW by Dipendra Airee for 19 of his 8 deliveries that he's faced. 4 boundaries in that effort. and they are 159 for the loss of 8 wickets, Qatar.
Mohammad Malla, the latest Qatari batter to the crease. He's in at number 10. Airee will love bowling to a left-hander and just spear it in towards the stumps from around the wicket. Turns into a low full toss. We'll get one more look at the wicket. I think it's a fair enough decision. Very difficult to get an LBW from around the wicket to a right-hander. It's got to be very, very full. That's what it was.
Yeah, he certainly ticked all the boxes there, and the umpire was happy with that, and out walks that batter, Mirza Ali. Once again, another block hole delivery. He's nailing it like nobody's business. And I believe that's something that they've been practicing day in, day out. Do they? That's amazing accuracy.
Yeah, speared into the block hole again. Despite the 2 boundaries, it's a really good over. It's probably as good as ice the game for Nepal. It's going to be 50 to win from the last 2. 161 for 8. Two overs left. Avanesh Bahara will bowl his 4th and final. Nepal's death specialist. You have to admire the consistency with which he hits that full of length delivery. First time I've seen Asif shake up to him consistently throughout a 4-over spell.
Yeah, well, he's been decent, Abhinash. Of course, he's gone for a few runs. And the penultimate over can be considered as one of the most important overs in sort of T20 cricket, the times that we play in. And he'll want to keep it accurate, not give the Nepal captain anything to worry about at this stage. 49 runs needed of 11 deliveries, so still a very, very daunting task for Qatar. But at the end of the day, they will have to get there. They will have to make a few attempts at least at it.
Nepal fans are cheering every single fielder that comes down towards their position in the stands. This time it's Gulshan Jah that gets the ovation. I think the one thing I'd like to see Bahara develop is just something of a variety. Doesn't quite have the pace to go to the bouncer, but can he go to the slower ball bouncer? They have had a day out, a Nepali New Year to never forget.
Well, absolutely, and what a show their team has put up for them. This is going to go down in the books of history as one of the most enjoyable New Year's, and just like that, it's just going to be a couple of runs that have been leaked, courtesy some fielding. It was good effort though, and a good throw from the deep as well. The umpire not interested. So a couple of runs here for Himanshu Rathod. He's been the pick of the players in this Qatari side, as far as bowling as well as batting is concerned.
Yeah, bowled nicely, didn't he, in the first innings? But it's really been a blitzkrieg. The whole story of the day is about one man. May well bowl the 20th and final over as well. You can call off the player of the match hunt. It's already done and dusted. And for Qatar, plenty of promise again, but ultimately I think they've been outfielded. They've been out run between the wickets. They've been out fitnessed as well. The strength, the conditioning of the Nepali players very much at a different level to those from Qatar. And ultimately it's going to be 2 defeats in 2 days for the Gulf nation.
Yeah, they'll have to get back to the drawing board, try and figure out a few more strategies with which they can work with. Of course, the injury to Amir Farooq earlier on today is not something that's going to be counted as a positive.
You also suspect that really in this group, unless somebody can beat Hong Kong, you probably think Saudi Arabia or Malaysia are going to be one of the two. The seedings may hold. It may well be Nepal and Hong Kong that take those two semi-final spots.
Absolutely, and they are a seasoned side as well, Hong Kong. A lot of seasoned veterans in that side. You've got the likes of Ehsan Khan, Anshuman Rat. You've got Babar Hayat, who stepped up to the plate. Nazakat Khan playing a blinder of a knock the other night.
Really well bowled by Bahara. It's a very good over at this stage, 7 from it. So the game is done. It's just a question of the margin from here. 19 ball, 168 for 8. Well, big moment across on the other ground. We're bringing you the Nepal game, but the lovely thing is these two games, they run together in parallel, and it's a big moment for Malaysia. I'm just going to check which wicket that is that they've picked up. It might well be the telling blow. In fact, it's the final wicket, and Saudi Arabia, needing 14 off the final over, have come up short. They've lost by 13 runs. They've really pushed their higher ranked opposition. And back with their eyes on this game. It means Malaysia pick up their first points. Nepal are going to make it 2 from 2. Great credit to Saudi Arabia. They fought hard, but just came up short. Now, the only question will be, can Dipendra Airee add a third or maybe a fourth wicket to what has been a day for the ages for the three-dimensional cricketer?
Well, stop it, you. You're gushing over him, Dipendra Airee. Well, what a day he's had. 2 wickets already. Just 4 more deliveries remaining. And it's just a matter of formalities that they close this game. Would be ironic if they managed to just restrict Qatar. 36 runs shot.
It should be 4. Slashed away, just over pitched. It's where he looks to go at the death. He tries to go to the block hole. Bit of width on offer and a little bit of late joy for Qatar.
Yeah, boundary for Himanshu Rathore, and that'll do wonders for his confidence here. He's been good with the bat, with the ball, trying to contribute as much as possible to this cause of the Qataris, trying to be in the positives. Mohammad Ikramullah, as a matter of fact, who's got that boundary.
He's just incredibly quick between his deliveries as well. He's a nightmare for the production team. I tell you what, I think he's just added a run out. Dipendra Airee doesn't get much wrong. What today? Sensational with the bat. 6 sixes to his name. I'm almost certain this is out. The batter's tried to avoid the throw. And look at the quick thinking from Dipendra Airee here. It's sensational. He's jumped over the throw. 64 with the bat, 2 wickets to the name. And what is the batsman doing? Airee flicks it onto the stumps. I think this is gone. You be the judge at home. You can add a run out to the books in my mind.
Yeah, poor cricket here. He's not grounded the bat in time, not sliding the bat in. And of course, this is a goner. So Dipendra Airee adds another feather to his cap as far as this match is concerned. And that's courtesy a well affected run out, being part of a run out nonetheless. What a day he's having. He's probably going to be the happiest man in Nepal today, and possibly the cause of a lot of happiness amongst everybody up. So 173 for 9 after that dismissal, as Mohammad Ikramullah departs for 7 of 5 deliveries with that 1 boundary to his name. 173 for 9 Qatar.
Ramped around the corner. Himanshu on strike with the run out taking place at the non-strikers end. 4 more.
Yeah, a little bit of jogging practice for Avinash, who has to go and fetch that ball. So something to cheer about for Himanshu Rathore as far as the Qataris are concerned. Managing to get the better of Dipendra Airee on this occasion.
Well, a teaser. Just a teaser, I think, for the batter and for the fans as well. And Airee, well, it's been his day, isn't it? He'll make the headlines all around the world. And rightly so. It'll be a dot ball to close it out. Airee might think of another run out. It's been all about him. What today he's had. Quite remarkable. 64 not out from 21 deliveries. 10 boundaries, 7 sixes. 2 for 34 with the ball. A run out with the bat. Only surprise is he didn't take a catch to go with it. He did everything else. Been trumpeting his cause for several years now. Belongs in every league in the world, this man. He's that good. And the Tiger has a big smile on his face. As Nepal, the reigning champions, they stay perfect. They go 2 from 2. Top of the table. And one of the only 3 unbeaten sides. 4 unbeaten sides, correction, with Hong Kong left in the tournament. The 4 big boys, they're yet to taste defeat. And Nepal, they could well be a side that will go all the way. Certainly the semi-finals are looming large. And who knows, maybe a final and a date with destiny on the 21st of April.
They'll be happy, the crowd. They've poured in from all parts of Oman as well as a little bit far beyond that as well. And they'll go home happy tonight, celebrating the Nepali New Year in style. And that's been courtesy the performance of a young man called Dipendra Airee, who's been the reason for their happiness. This fixture, Nepal versus Qatar, ending on a very, very high note for Nepal, as a matter of fact. Let's have a look at that scorecard. Qatar chasing a stiff target. Kamran Khan, the opener, 18 of 13. Saklen Arshad didn't disturb the scorers, just a single for his efforts. Mohammad Ahnaf managed a few blows, 23 of 18. I think the star of that batting lineup is the Mohammad Tanveer, and he's the batting mainstay for them. 63 of 33, and what a fighting innings he has played. Mohammad Irshad, Rifai and Amir Farooq didn't contribute much. Towards the end, Himanshu Rathore provided some bit of saving grace, a few boundaries to his name. Mirza Adnan Ali, 19 of 8, and he was pretty impressive as well. Mohammad Ikramullah and Musawar Shah was single-digit scores. In the end, in their 20 overs, 178 for 9 is what the Qataris managed, along with 10 extras.
So 6 bowlers used for Nepal, and 5 of them in the wickets. 2 apiece for Rajbanshi, Airee and Jha, and 1 each for Malla, who I thought bowled really nicely, and Bahara at the death too. So ultimately, Qatar just a little short. 32 runs, the distance between the teams. Arshad was dismissed early, caught by Bibek Yadav, who wasn't used with the ball. There was a few flourishes, firstly from Kamran Khan, who has gone into the record books with the ball as being that bowler who got smashed for those 6 sixes. And then Mohammad Tanveer and Mohammad Ahnaf, they picked up plenty of boundaries. It was a real run fest today.
Yes, of course, the wickets kept falling at regular intervals. Dipendra Airee, Lalit as well, all contributing to that wickets column. Few brilliant effort here. Once again, Dipendra Airee, you'll hear that name from everyone tonight quite often because of his antics on the field as well as some really good batting. Towering sixes, most of them courtesy the captain, Mohammad Tanveer. Towering sixes, as a matter of fact, all over the ground, towards the offside, towards the leg side, but then finally bowled him over. Delicately played behind point, and then, of course, Tanveer's fireworks did continue. However, it wasn't making any difference to the effort that Qatar was making, inching towards that stiff target that Nepal had set for them. It was a great innings. As a matter of fact, he should be proud of the fight that he has given, certainly making a statement, especially in the GCC region, finally succumbing to that catch out there at long off. Finally, it was Himanshu Rathore and the rest of the tail enders who did provide some entertainment to the crowd with some good wickets. Dipendra Airee then just bowling into the block hole, grabbing another wicket to his name, LBW, darting into the right-handers as well as the left-handers, and then finally affecting that run out. Ending the day on a high, as the Qataris will go home dejected. Pretty much sums it up. Nepal 210 for 7 after 20 overs. Dipendra Airee, the highlight of the show. 64 of 21 deliveries. Mohammad Asif Sheikh 52 of 41. Kushal Malla provided a lot of entertainment. With the ball, of course, Himanshu Rathore and Musawwar Shah picked up 3 wickets apiece. And in response, all that Qatar could manage to do was 178 for 9. It was an uphill task, but then a fighting knock by Mohammad Tanveer, 63 of 33, and Mohammad Ehnaf, 23 of 18, were the saving grace here. Himanshu Rathore contributed with the bat as well. As far as the bowling is concerned, Lalit 2, Dipendra Airee 2, and then Gulshan Kumar Jha with a couple of wickets as well to their name. In the end, Nepal have won this match and secured another couple of points to their tally, and they win this contest by 32 runs.
We'll wrap it up from up here in the commentary box. Do stay with us. We'll have Mick Elvis-Fahmy with the post-match presentation in just a few moments' time as the sun sets across this beautiful ground. Do come and join us for that. Thanks so much for watching.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony of this game between Nepal and Qatar. Before we proceed, firstly, I would like to take the opportunity to thank the Oman Cricket Association and also the ACC for putting out a lovely effort in bringing this event together, the ACC Men's T20 Premier Cup. We'll also take this opportunity to thank our official streaming partner FanCode, official broadcast partner Kantipur TV, official partners Dafa News, 1xBat, Babu 88 Sports and a commercial partner TCM. What an evening it's been. Quite literally a special new year for Nepal and their cricket fans. And Nepal quite literally asserted their dominance and supremacy. Records stumbled, history created, and one man went on to win hearts and the match as well for Nepal. Well, this game between Nepal and Qatar had the ingredients of being a special one simply because Nepal, after yesterday's performance, put up a completely 360-degree performance this time around. Batting first, they managed 210 runs, largely aided by Airee's magical knock, where he went on to hit 64 of 21 and also supported by Asif Sheikh. In reply, Qatar managed only 178 for 9 and they went down by 32 runs. It's been that kind of a day where Qatar got everything wrong and Nepal almost ticked all the boxes. Just the right time to quickly call upon the captain who came second. Mohammad Tanveer is unavailable. He's nursing an injury. In his place, Saqlain Arshad will come for a quick chat. Saqlain, tough luck. The bowling is something that's turned out to be a concern. Yesterday against Hong Kong as well, and today, what can you do to get things right?
एक्चुअली फर्स्ट में हमारा प्लान जो था वो काफ़ी अच्छा था. हम अपने प्लान पे गए थे, 2 आउट भी हमने कर लिए. तो उसके बाद जो है मतलब जो हमारा टारगेट था वो 170 to 180 था. तो लास्ट ओवर जो है ना वो गेम चेंज हुआ, उसकी वजह से जो है ना थोड़ा रन ज़्यादा हो गए. बाकी बैटिंग हमारी अच्छी थी, हमने भी 170 180 कर लिया. तो वो जो लास्ट ओवर जो है ना वो हमारा जो है ना बिग लॉस था.
We went according to the plan. We got early wickets. Everything was planned. It was going fine. But I think the only thing that made the difference was the last over, which was the 36 runs over. That made the difference, and we couldn't get over the line in the end. Otherwise, things were going according to plan.
Right, this tournament is about getting as many wins as early as possible. I'm sure you have an eye on the points table as well. How are the chances now? What are the things that you need to correct to get back to winning ways?
टूर्नामेंट के पॉइंट्स टेबल से जिस तरह देख रहे हैं तो हम क्या आगे क्या तैयारी हमारी कहाँ पे एंड अप करना है?
एंड अप हमारा अब यही है कि जो अभी लास्ट 2 मैचेस हैं तो अच्छे बिग टोटल करें, हम जो है अच्छे मार्जिन से हम जीतें, देन देखते हैं फिर हम पॉइंट्स टेबल पे कहाँ हैं.
We want to finish on a high. Obviously, as you said, we want to take as many points as we can, and take as much as experience from this and take it from back home.
Right, tough luck, all the very best. We hope that you get some points on board and get back to winning ways. Good luck.
Thank you.
Right, Saqlain Arshad coming in place of captain Mohammad Tanveer nursing an injury. Qatar coming second in this contest. Time to call upon the winning captain, Dipendra Singh. Beg your pardon, it's Rohit Paudel. Well, it's been Dipendra Singh all the way this evening, so it's become habitual for us to take his name. Rohit, congratulations. All boxes ticked, you feel, today?
Yeah, I think most of the boxes, especially the way we finished with our batting. I think the way DP batted, I think that was very incredible. And as a bowling unit, I think we could have done better a little bit, but still I think as a bowling unit also we did well.
Right, sometime with a win like this, you tend to just ignore certain areas where you feel there could be a certain flaws that you like to iron out. Something that you want to pinpoint and say maybe the top order or maybe the bowling, the middle overs.
I think as a batting unit, yeah, top order could have done a better job, especially. But still, the way DP finished, I think that everything was covered from that. And as a bowling unit, few areas in the bowling power play, the bowling in power plays, especially that. And I think apart from that, everything was ticked, especially the way we fielded today. I think that was good.
Oh yes, just coming to that quickly. Dipendra Airee, he's the superman of the side. He's everywhere, omnipresent. I look here, he's there. I look there, he's everywhere. A word on him, to have him as a player on the side.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know what he brings to the table, especially the way he fields, the way he bats, bowling, everything. He does everything. So now some of our players were telling that he's alien. He can do anything. So yeah, he's very.
Well, he's magical, to be very honest. But congratulations, you looked brilliant yesterday. You were a little scratchy. You said the batting has to do better. You all got 210 run today, and certainly you've boosted the net run rate as well. I guess you're a happy dressing room right now.
Yeah, today we are very happy dressing room.
Yeah, your fans are delighted. It's Happy New Year. I'm sure you want to wish them as well.
Yeah, सबैजनालाई नयाँ वर्षको शुभकामना र यसै गरी नै हामी हजुरलाई प्राउड फिल गराउँछौँ. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. Winning captain there, Rohit Paudel. Thank you for your thoughts. All right, the player of the match. It's a no-brainer over here. He's the most valuable player. You see him everywhere on the ground, bat, ball, and in the field. He's putting in 100%. He's made it a habit to come this far, always on the stage and pick the honours. Just the right time to call upon the player of the match. But before that, we'd like to call upon Mr. Salim Shahid, the match referee, to do the honours, to give away the trophy. So thank you for gracing the stage. Wonderful to have you as well. Right, the player of the match for this particular fixture is once again Dipendra Airee. He got 64 of 21, 2 for 34. And please come forward, Dipendra. The stage is yours. 7 sixes, 3 fours. In fact, he made such an impact. He got history being created, hitting 6 sixes in an over, making himself part of an elite list that comprises of Yuvraj Singh, Kyron Pollard, Jaskaran Malhotra and Herschel Gibbs. He's the 5th player to do so, 2nd Asian and the 1st Nepali cricketer as well. Dipendra, thank you, sir. I'm not going to let you go. The stage is yours. You're the flavor of the tournament. And I'll tell you what, you are just brilliant. How do you manage to do it?
अब पहिलेदेखि नै म प्र्याक्टिस चाहिँ यस्तै गर्थेँ कि जो फिल्डिङमा पनि बलिङ ब्याटिङ अल सबै कुरामा प्र्याक्टिस गरेर आउँथेँ त्यही कुरा अब यहाँ अहिले काम लागिरहेछ.
He used to in his early days he used to play like that only, especially the way he fields balls and bats. So now it's reflecting, it's coming in, it's paying off.
Right. At what stage you thought 6 sixes was possible? Because there comes a moment where you tell yourself, this is the time I feel I can do it.
4th 6 days.
It was playing in the back of your mind.
चौथो छक्का हानेपछि मलाई चाहिँ त्यो लाग्यो कि अब दुईटा अरू हान्न सक्छु भनेर.
After the 4th 6 he thought that he can hit 6 sixes.
And what was it like getting to 6 sixes? What were you telling yourself? What was the feeling, the emotions?
एकदमै खुसी लागिरहेछ जे अब रेकर्ड बनाए त्यसको लागि चाहिँ एकदमै ह्यापी छु म.
He's very happy with the record he made today. So yeah, he's very happy.
Your captain is here, and I have to ask you this question. Would it be fair to say that you are the finisher, you are the match winner, you are the most valuable player in Nepal cricket today?
एकदमै अब टिमले एकदमै मलाई सपोर्ट गर्छ र कोचले पनि त्यसरी नै हेर्छ फिनिसरको रूपमा. टिमले चाहिँ एकदमै सपोर्ट गर्छ एकअर्कालाई, त्यही भएर म यहाँ छु, अब राम्रो गरिरहेछु.
Team believes in him and coach has given him the role, so he is doing that.
Your captain is here. You can say everything and anything. He has to translate it. Don't worry. Very well done. Congratulations. I'll tell you what, everyone out here enjoys watching you in the field. You are an inspiration and you've certainly done your country proud. It's Happy New Year in Nepal. A message to your fans.
Thank you. Happy New Year to all. सबैले सपोर्ट गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ. हामीलाई अझै यस्तै सपोर्ट गरेर राख्नु होला. हामी पनि यस्तै जितको उसमा आउँछौँ र नेपाललाई जिताउँछौँ. Thank you.
Well, that needs no translation. I understood every bit of it. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Well, the record breaker over here, the man with 6 sixes, the special innings, the star of today's match. So much we can talk about. So much so that they got 60 runs in the last 14 deliveries, courtesy his 6 sixes as well. All right, then that's it from the presentation ceremony. We thank your company. But quick reminder that tomorrow we have a match between Hong Kong, China and Saudi Arabia on Turf 2. Another day of a double header. We look forward to your company. However, from everybody out here in the presentation ceremony, it's goodbye.